sneeze so bad.
Welcome to
Welcome,
Awakening.
Yes, indeed. Welcome, everybody, to the first session of Awakening. How is everyone doing tonight?
Oh, hungry.
Spooked already.
Yeah, spooked already.
I know we're literally. I'm unmuting everyone, and Jakey says, "I gotta sneeze."
I
I'm like,
saw it live. I saw it on screen. And I'm like, oh my god. Wow, that's me, you know.
Everyone, welcome, Crazy Mitch and QuteJakey to Dice and Fire.
Yay.
Yes.
Hola.
Yes, this is their first game with us on doing Dice and Fire D&D streams. This is my first time GMing, so that's gonna be weird. Yeah. So, how's everybody doing? Is everybody ready for this? There's probably some things I need to explain before we do it.
Yeah.
But actually, before we do that, I'm sure most people in the chat know everybody here, but maybe we just go around real quick and introduce ourselves real quick. Just a short little thing. You never know, there might be somebody new here in the chat who doesn't know these people. Let's start with Kayla.
Oh, hi, I'm Kayla.
Yay. And what do? You do YouTubes, don't you?
I do a lot of YouTube stuff. I do some Minecraft roleplay, some Roblox videos. You know, the good stuff.
Yeah, all the good stuff.
Yep.
Everyone can find you on Kaykrae, the number.
Kaykrae, and
the name under your face there, and yeah. Then above you, if you're on this channel, you probably already know who he is. So let's just skip him. So go into. No, just kidding.
I'm Xylophoney. If you're watching this live, you are watching on my Twitch channel where I stream quite a bit, including all of the other Dice and Fire videos. Which, if you're not watching it live, you're seeing it on that channel. I do Minecraft roleplay. I do Yu-Gi-Oh stuff. Do tabletop role-playing games such as here. And you know, if you're here, you know where all my stuff is because it's all over everywhere. And yeah, I'm excited to get playing this game because yeah, it's more, and I love it. So, moving on.
And then to I guess from your guys' view, it would be on my left, your right, Mr. Jakey.
Hi, hello. It's me, Jakey, and it's daytime for me.
Good morning, Jakey.
Yeah.
Nice.
Getting my morning coffee, you know, very ready. Actually not, but you know, we'll see how it goes.
That is one of the reasons why this campaign is happening at 10 p.m. ESTs. Not only is it a spookier hour, but it's Jakey lives on the other side of the world compared to the rest of us. So yeah, just to make schedules work. And this is Jakey's first D&D experience, isn't that true? I know, Jakey?
My first time. Super excited.
Well, I'm sorry, this is not going to be very traditional D&D. We will get into that in a second. And then finally, Mitch.
Hello. Yeah, Crazy Mitch. I mean, just like everybody else here, do the Minecraft role plays and whatnot. I have a RuneScape addiction.
You also do some streaming on Twitch, right?
Yeah, I do some streaming. I stream, been streaming Ethereus lately. I've been streaming RuneScape, Animal Crossing, so on and so forth. I'm all over the place on Twitch.
Mm-hmm. And also, I should probably mention, some people might have noticed, because in the reveal, there was another person that was going to be here, and you may notice that they're not here. Unfortunately, Cassie dropped out last minute. She wasn't going to have time to do it, unfortunately. So, it'll be too bad that she's not here. I actually really liked her character, and we were going to have some fun with it, but, you know, she had to drop out. So,
how bad is this campaign when you're killing characters off before it starts, Mev?
Exactly. Yep. And yeah, I am Mevoda. I do YouTube sometimes. I stream sometimes. I'm the most inconsistent content creator in existence. So, hi, and I will be DMing this campaign. So, a couple of things, and this is more for the viewers who are used to watching our D&D streams. There's a lot of rules that you guys are used to seeing, like, even between Star Wars and Skyrim, there was a lot of similarities. This is going to be a very different system than what we're used to. I'm going to try to do my best to explain things as we do them. Because, yeah, that, it might be a little confusing. Like, for example, a good thing for you guys all to know is that this is a percentage-based system, which means almost every single roll that all these guys will do is a 1d100 roll. And the probably the best, we'll keep it general for now, but the things you need to know is lower is better. If they get high rolls, it's not good. If they get low rolls, that's really good.
Hey,
Okay,
that's
Mitch, show
probably all
me
you
up.
need to know.
roll
for
into
now.
2. Roll
Show
into
me
2.
up like this. I see you.
Yeah, like that would have been a really
roll a
crazy
99
roll if
first time. Don't
Mitch
worry.
was actually doing something. Yeah, so I guess the other thing I should... Oh, yeah, there's a sanity meter. We'll get to that kind of stuff as it,
When we go insane.
Yeah, as it comes up. Another thing I should say, because this is a horror thing, there might be a little bit more mature content. We're going to do our best to not go too crazy and too over the edge with stuff, but it might be a little more mature than you're used to. There might be some violence. There might be some bloody, gory stuff from time to time. There'll usually be a little warning playing at the beginning of, like starting next week, we're going to be doing a recap of last week's episode in the actual episode. So, yeah. We'll normally play it at the beginning of that, but I guess, yeah, here we go. Play it now, Xylo. Just do it.
Warning, the following story takes place
saw
in
it
the
there for a
horror
second.
genre, and therefore may contain
We'll
disturbing
get our,
imagery, descriptions
our
of
thing out of the way
violence,
now.
and other mature themes.
Please proceed at your own risk.
And yeah, there you go. Be warned. Spookiness incoming. But
All
at
right, so we
that,
got that out of the way.
is it time, Mev? Is it time for this crazy, spooky roller coaster to set off?
I believe it is. So I guess we're going to start off with everybody covering their cameras.
Oh boy.
Ooh, okay.
Ah.
Okay. So, we're going to have our first scene begin on a lonely, dark country road. We see a tow truck driving down the road. It looks like a pretty old tow truck. It's not like anything too new. It's kind of beat up. As we go inside, we see like an older gentleman. I'd say he's in, I don't know, early 50s. He's got really, like, kind of dirty, oily, kind of old coveralls on. He's got a name patch sewn on his chest. It says Jeb. And Jeb is he's driving down the road. It's kind of late at night. I'd say it's about 11:30 p.m. As we see, he does drive a tow truck. He got a late call just as he was about to close up his shop. In addition to driving a tow truck, he actually has his own mechanic shop where he fixes cars and stuff like that too. But yeah, Jeb took this call just as he was about to close up shop and go home for the night. He normally would have ignored it, but business has been a little sketchy lately. He hasn't been getting as much business, so he could use the money. So he took the call. Turned out it was 2 hours away from his shop. The place he had to tow the car to wasn't even his own shop, so he didn't get to charge him for a repair. He had to take them to another shop, and he's a little annoyed, and he's a little tired. He's driving, he's tired, and it doesn't help probably that it's a long, dark road with not really much around him, nothing to kind of keep his attention up and stuff. He decides, you know what, maybe I will turn on the radio. Maybe that'll, help keep me awake.
Today, the police reported another missing person. 29-year-old Laura Rivers was pronounced missing after her family reported she had not returned home from her late-night run Tuesday night. This is the 5th person who has disappeared in Daly County in the past 3 weeks. Police still have not commented on whether or not they think the incidents are related. Back to you in the office, Jim.
Okay, so he changed his mind. Let's turn the radio off. That was a weird news report. Made him feel kind of uneasy. And as you heard there, he did turn the radio off. But as he went to go turn the radio off, he looked down for a second. And then when he looked up, he sees what he thinks is a person, right, standing in the middle of the road. Looks like a female, I suppose, with a long white dress, kind of long hair. it all happened so fast, it's hard to kind of make out details. But, yeah, she's standing right in the middle of the road. He does the best he can to try to swerve. But, unfortunately, he hits her. So he pulls the car over to the side of the road real quick, just because he doesn't want to be blocking the road. He gets out of the car, and he starts looking around. And strangely enough, he doesn't see anybody at all. He's looking around. Hello? Hello? Are you okay? I'm sorry. I'm real sorry about that. You just kind of came out of nowhere. Hello? And nothing. Doesn't really see anything. He goes back into his truck for a real quick minute, opens the glove compartment, takes out a flashlight, closes it back up, goes outside. He's looking around with a flashlight, and still nothing. He points the flashlight at the hood of his car, and the car is definitely dented. Like, he hit something. It wasn't imagining anything. But there's nothing he can see. He yells out again, hello? Hello, is anybody there? And nothing. He's sitting there kind of confused for a second. He's thinking, what is going on? And as that happens, starts to hear a noise. Maybe a spooky kind of whisper sort of thing. At first, it feels like it's over his shoulder, but then it might be coming from that direction. He can't really even pin what direction it's coming from. And he's starting to feel really, really uneasy. And then suddenly that noise changes a little bit. He starts to hear a growl behind him. And suddenly, he's gone. If this were like a movie and we were looking at a scene, like the camera would have pulled back, and all we see now is just an abandoned tow truck on the side of the road. And with that, we are going to switch scenes to an office building. It's an office building in I wouldn't call it a small town, and it's not exactly like a big city. It's a smaller city. You know, it's nothing like New York or anything like that, but it's a big enough town where there would be some, small office buildings there. And we see like an old, kind of rundown office building. We go inside the lobby, and things look kind of, as I say, rundown. It's not dirty. Like, it looks like it's cleaned pretty often. It just looks old. Like, everything looks old. Paint's maybe chipping a little bit off the walls and spots. In the back of the lobby, there is looks like a doorway to a staircase and a door to an elevator. And through the front door of this lobby, we see a man walk in his late 20s. He's pretty skinny yet trim. He's wearing like a button-up shirt and some like dress pants and maybe some decent dress shoes. He's got like a shaved head, sort of a military cut. And if you look at him a little closer, his eyes look pretty tired. He looks pretty tired. He's got like some bags under his eyes. Mitch, is there anything else you want to tell us about this character?
No, I think I'll leave it there.
Okay. So we're gonna say, this man walks up to like the directory. Like in a lot of office building lobbies, there's a directory where it'll tell you the different businesses that work there and what floor you would have to take to get there and stuff. You walk up to a directory, and you see him kind of run his finger down the list, and he stops at the name Lenny Colworth, private investigator, floor 13. So, as he finds that, I'm assuming, Mitch, your guy would probably walk back to the elevator, right?
Yeah, to head upstairs.
Okay. So, we're gonna assume that he walks back there, he presses the button on the elevator, and he waits. As he is waiting, another person walks through the door. It's a young Asian man. He looks maybe in his early to mid 20s. He's dressed very, very stylishly, like whatever the coolest, latest, hippest clothes are, like he's wearing them. And he has blue hair. Jakey, did I cover most things about this man that just walked in here?
I believe you have.
Okay. And I'm assuming this would maybe also be his first time to this office building, correct? So he'd probably also walk up to the directory.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. So once again, we see his finger just kind of go down the list. This time we don't really see who he stops at, but he also, I suppose, walks to the elevator and stands next to the other man we saw earlier. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So as they're both sitting there, sort of not talking to each other awkwardly, because just who talks to strangers? We see a woman walk in. She is wearing a leather coat. She's got some black jeans on. How else does she look? She's got like a white blouse on. Oh, gray jeans. I'm sorry. Black boots. And, she actually has a pen tucked behind her ear. Does that cover most of the things of what she might look like, Kayla?
Yep, as I drop everything on my desk. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful. And,
full.
the thing we notice is she doesn't even look at the directory. She walks right past it, walks up to the elevator, and stands next to these other two gentlemen that were there. Oh wait, I still have crickets going. Dang it. Never mind the crickets that were just happening. Okay, so as you're all kind of standing there, do any of you say anything to each other?
Nah.
Yeah,
I probably just look them up and down.
Okay,
I'm probably just looking at the floor.
actually, do me a real quick favor. Mitch, roll for me.
All right.
Do a roll. Our first roll of the campaign. Ooh, okay. When this woman walks up, you notice she has a police badge on her belt. And it makes you feel uneasy. Not for any particular reason. I mean, we'll say this much, just so people don't get the wrong idea. This guy, your character's not doing anything wrong. He has nothing to be worried about. He will even be as open as to say, like, you don't have anything illegal on you. But just seeing that badge makes you a little bit nervous. Okay. So, as you guys are standing there, you hear a ding, and the elevator finally opens. So, I'm assuming you all get in?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, as the doors are, oh wait, does anybody, like, press a floor? Who presses the button?
I'd probably go for and press the button.
Okay. And, the other two, you guys also notice, like, oh, okay, she already pressed my floor. Okay, cool. Convenient. And as the doors are starting to close...
Hey, somebody! Somebody hold that elevator!
Yep, you guys hear a voice outside the elevator. Does anybody hold the elevator?
I suppose I will hold the elevator.
Hey! Oh, thank you very much.
Okay. The elevator opens up again, and barreling through the elevator doors comes a tall, like, red-haired man. He's kind of messy looking. He's got kind of a big nose, a handlebar mustache. He's got a semi-mullet. And he He's actually wearing a white cowboy hat on top of that. And you probably notice he is he's wearing like a collared shirt. Would you say it's one of those like short sleeved kind of collared shirt?
Yeah,
like
just no buttons or
shirt?
anything. Just straight up polo looking shirt. A little logo on it.
Yep, there's a little logo on it, and when you see the logo, it says Ghost Adjusters, which might seem strange to you. And that man enters the elevator.
How y'all doing tonight?
Fine.
Okay. All right, so I assume the elevator doors finally close now. And it all starts going up. Actually, Xylo, you might notice that... Oh, look, your floor's already pressed.
Convenient.
Oh, that's convenient. Yep, very convenient.
What brings y'all to this place? All
None
right.
of your concern.
Talkative bunch. Fantastic.
What the lady said.
Yo, y'all see all the
Okay.
crickets in the lobby down below? Jeez. Seen like at least 4 of them things. All right.
Everybody roll real quick. Okay, for Mitch with a 65 was your second roll. Actually, I should have said everybody but Xylo roll.
Yeah, I wasn't sure.
No. You I did say everybody roll.
Oh.
It's being a little slow. Hold on. Jakey's is coming through soon. Any minute now.
Yes.
We will say, though, Kayla, you noticed
I noticed what? You cut out.
the crickets.
Oh, okay.
The crickets that he just mentioned when when you walked in the building, you did see a couple of crickets.
Yeah.
Try
crickets.
rolling again, Jakey. If it does 2, I'll just take your first roll.
I don't know if I typed the right thing.
You don't have to type. Like the
yeah,
roll
did you-
button.
Yeah, did
Oh,
you set
that's-
up the roll button? Didn't I have you do that in the bottom corner? Or did I not have him do that?
You might not have.
I don't recall. I
Okay,
have a very busy schedule. As you
do me a really quick favor. Oh wait, there's a thing.
I did it. Test.
Wow, that roll.
Good thing that was a test roll. Jeez. That command without the period would work for it. Jakey, if you just copy and paste that into chat.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Okay.
Okay, what'd you roll? All right, yeah, we'll just say Kayla was the only one who noticed the crickets. Everybody else was just kind of like, it kind of reacts to this in sort of like a, okay, crickets, whatever. This guy's kind of weird. So the elevator doors close, and it starts moving. Feels like it's going up like an elevator would. And suddenly the elevator stops. But the doors don't open.
That's strange.
Whose stop is this?
Great.
None of us. It's not our floor yet. Not unless you all had another floor to get to. I'm assuming you're going to the same place I am.
Yep.
I suppose so. I go to hit the elevator close button even though they're already closed.
You do realize the door's already closed, right?
You do realize the elevator's supposed to go up until they reach their destination, so clearly something's wrong with the elevator. I'm just hitting the button.
Supposed to open.
I hit the elevator open button.
Nothing happens.
I hit our floor button again, maybe a couple of times. Well,
Nothing happens.
Well, good thing there ain't no crickets in here. They probably
I
gonna
don't know
need
if
to
you
get an
guys can-
exterminator downstairs or something.
I don't know if you guys can hear my cheeky GM rolls.
I heard.
is there a call button on the elevator for a situation like this?
Yeah, can we call
Actually,
some help?
there is a little emergency. Like, the elevator looks old, but it still has, like, most of the safety things you would need, including a red button, and it seems like there's a little speaker there.
Alright, so I'm
Um,
gonna go ahead and press the button. Be like, I don't have time for this.
We've been in
Press
here
the button.
30 seconds. Come on.
I'm here on professional business, and I don't have time for this. So
Yeah,
press
We
the
all
button.
got business here, clearly. But...
30 seconds too long.
Yeah, I'm on time.
Hello?
Honestly.
Yep. Hello.
Hey, something happened to the elevator. We're trying to get up. I'm here with a couple of people, and we didn't make it to our floor. We're stuck.
Oh, that's inconvenient.
You don't say.
See, my manager Steve, he's usually the one who handles like the direct elevator repair. He's kind of the only one who's qualified to. And Steve just went on his lunch break.
Okay, well, he's going.
Try to call him.
Please do. Some of us have matters to attend to today. I would appreciate it.
Okay. Just hold on tight. I'm gonna try to call him.
Thank you.
And the little speaker goes silent for a second or two. Do you guys do anything while you're waiting?
Maybe picking my
I think
nail.
I just pick up my phone,
So,
aggravatingly texting.
so what you in
somebody.
such a rush for?
None of your business.
Hold on, I gotta roll the thing.
Curious.
You're aggravatingly texting something?
Yeah.
Ooh, hold on, I'm gonna have to roll that again. It's 2 in the middle. Ooh, yeah. You notice because you're in an elevator, you don't have any surface.
And great.
So even if you type a text message, if you go to hit send, you'll just get the little like wheel, and it won't like actually send. It'll be like an error.
Good for us. No service.
Anybody else?
Surprising.
I'm just leaning against the elevator wall with my eyes closed.
I'm just
Okay,
touching
eyes
my
closed.
phone because I'm anxious.
Do me a favor, Mitch. Roll again.
Okay.
Okay, that's fine. Cool. You're cool. Everything's fine.
I start like messing with the door itself, as if I can pry it open.
You try to like pry it open.
Mhm.
Does anybody react to him doing this?
I don't think you should be messing
I
with
mean,
that.
just in case it's right here, we can just take the stairs if you're in such a hurry.
Stairs? You realize there's things called elevator shafts? You're luckily probably
But
just gonna
if it's
open
the
it.
door right there, then we're good. If not, we'll see the shaft and we, don't hop out.
If I look up, can you see like the floor that like we're on? Can we tell if we're like on a floor or in between where there'd just be a wall?
Hold on, what roll was that? We'll say yes, you can. It's one of those. It doesn't have like a digital display or anything like that. It's a pretty old elevator, so it's more of like a needle kind of thing. And you would probably notice that it seems to be stuck somewhere between floor 12 and 13. Like you were almost there.
Of course.
So go ahead and do me a favor and look up. See that needle stuck between the two numbers? That means on the other side of the door is a wall. So if you could just not mess with it, that'd be great.
Fine, Miss Sassy.
Xylo, roll for me.
Alrighty.
Ooh.
Big
So
bad roll.
as you're back talking her, you look down and you see the badge quite clearly on her waist.
I shut my mouth for a quick moment and step back.
So I guess as you guys both have that sort of awkward silence, as a message comes through again. Yeah. Hello.
Hello?
Yeah, bad news. We called Steve, and he didn't answer. He usually takes about an hour lunch break, and he's such like a hard worker. He kind of really values his lunch break, so he almost never answers his phone. I kind of saw that coming. So, you guys might have to hang tight in there for at least, when did he leave? I don't know, he left maybe about 15 minutes ago, so at least like 45 minutes.
Are you serious?
No, I do apologize.
All right, whatever.
Oh, my camera.
Yeah,
looks
the
like
I
it's
was about to
glitchy.
say.
Yeah, your camera is
It's
like
spooky!
purple.
Is it still
It's
doing it?
It is. Maybe
It's
just
only
a quick flick.
it's only
of it.
doing it like in the stream, not even in.
It's
your,
doing it in my
No, it's
Discord.
in-
Yeah,
It's
doing it
yeah,
for
it's
us.
all in Discord.
Possessed Mev.
Spooky.
There we
better.
go. Yeah.
Well, I
Thanks.
suppose
For
we
now.
might be here for the whole lunch break.
I think I just kind of sit down, crisscross applesauce at that point.
So what about you two gentlemen? What brings you here?
Don't even bother asking.
Stuff.
Wow, lively bunch here. Fantastic. Just a group of people I want to be stuck in an elevator with.
Yeah, just need this to be over soon. I have another exhibition to get to.
Exhibition? Ooh. What kind of exhibition?
Photos.
I look at him. Some type of photographer. Who are you taking pictures of?
Just, lots of things. Lots of like party. It's about party. That's a bit exhibition. A lot of
Wow.
people. Just how they do in parties. I guess you don't really know much about that anyway. So it's an exhibition about that. But whatever.
I've been to exhibitions before, okay?
Oh really?
Yeah.
What kind of exhibition?
Business exhibitions.
What kind of business?
Relating to my trade.
Oh.
Y'all ever
Okay.
hear of, ghost adjusters?
Ghost adjusters.
You hear the commercial? The little jingle?
No.
Well, in
That's
case...
you.
Well, at the moment it's me. It was a slightly larger company a few months prior, but now, yeah, it's mostly just me. Just, anything paranormal coming into your life, any spooky, ghostly ghouls stepping on your porch. You just...
So I want to.
Who are you gonna call?
I'm gonna stand back up, look him dead in the eyes, and say, "So you're behind that scam?"
Hold on a sec. You must be thinking of the Spectre Inspector. That's the scam. My business is 110% legitimate.
I'm sure it is.
Now, if you want to talk to me about the Spectre Inspector, well, that's why I'm here.
I mean, I really don't want to talk to you if I'm being honest. I want to get out of this elevator,
She
but
has done so many business malpractices in the field of which we conduct. It is just improper.
and you're
simply
still
improper.
going.
So what I need to do is I just want to find a little something, take her down, so we can just have a good honest business. Because honestly, both of y'all, all of y'all probably thought, you might not
So
be
I'm gonna
taking me seriously.
So I'm gonna start hitting the call button and be like, Steve, what was your name? I really need to get out of here. Can you please call what's his name, Frederick again?
I'm sorry, ma'am.
They're trying to call Steve.
My name is Alexander.
Good name.
Alexander, listen. What's Steve's phone number? Never mind. We
You don't
have
got service. What are you thinking?
That was a smart move.
Yep.
Ma'am, I'm really sorry for the inconvenience. If one of us other, building maintenance guys tries to fix the elevator, it could really be dangerous for you guys. And that's not a risk I'm really willing to take. It's, unfortunately, it's gotta be Steve.
It's gotta be Steve.
Great.
How long does Steve normally take on his lunch breaks?
An hour. We were already told this. We've got 45 minutes.
He has an hour lunch break. Some people take less. Some people go a little
Yeah,
over.
normally he does take the full hour. But yeah, it's been it's been about 5 more minutes since the last time I talked to you guys, so I'd say it's been about 40 minutes.
Won't be too
Great.
long.
40
Nope.
minutes means I get to relax.
Okay, so real quick. While you're relaxing, Mitch, what is this guy thinking about? Is he? I imagine he's kind of annoyed. He's stuck in an elevator.
He's annoyed that he's around people.
People in general are just like,
In general.
don't like being around people.
He's starting to get a
Okay.
little bit of a headache.
All right. Do me a favor and roll. Okay. Yeah, you do get a headache, and it actually... Probably the more, like, these two other people keep going back and forth, and they're trying to, message Alexander again through the like, comm system and stuff, and you're just getting way more frustrated, so the headache's probably getting a little worse, I would say. So actually, as we're all standing here, could everybody roll for me? Oh wow!
Hey,
look at them match
how you
rolls.
doing, man? Hey,
Oh my!
squad!
What is going on here?
Bro squad out here.
Bro.
Okay. Oh man. How do I want to do this? Okay, you don't notice this, Kayla.
Okay.
Oh, we're gonna have to do one more thing. Xylo, Mitch, and Jacob roll for me one more time.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
Okay.
That's real bad.
How
So
you doing,
Mitch.
boys?
So for those of you guys in chat watching this, and for the people in the stream, Mitch just rolled a 100, which is a critical failure. So, Mitch, you said you were sort of leaning against the wall with your eyes closed, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You open your eyes for a second, and both Jakey's character and Xylo's character are just staring at you. And it's a really weird freaking stare. Like, it's really sinister kind of looking. Their like brow might be kind of furrowed a little bit. They kind of have a creepy smile kind of thing. Kayla, you don't notice this. If you look around, everyone's just sort of like awkwardly standing there as people do when they don't like know each other and they're just kind of standing there. What do you do, Mitch, as you see this?
Immediately close my eyes.
Okay, you close your eyes. And I'm also going to help you along the way here. A little bit. I'm going to do this for everybody when I can. I'm going to say that you have a skill that might help you in this situation.
Mm-hmm. May I roll a discipline?
I was going to say either that or the one below it. But that would be good. Actually, the one you're talking about would be good. You'd probably have a better thing.
Yeah.
Better result. So yeah, roll that.
All right.
Ooh, okay. We'll just say you close your eyes again. You maybe take a little bit of a deep breath. Open them again, and everyone's just standing there normal. They're not staring at you. It's nothing weird. You're just all kind of awkwardly standing in an elevator like strangers do. Yeah, so does anybody else say anything or try anything or do anything, or you're all just kind of just waiting for time to pass?
Can I look around and see if there's anything like that would help? Like, if I look up, is there like one of those square like things that you could open and then like get up out of the elevator?
Oh, like in the movies? Yeah, check it out. Maybe roll your, let me see your skills.
Yeah, I'll put it up too.
Yeah, I guess you can roll against your notice skill.
Okay, how do I roll?
Just roll 100.
Or 100?
Yeah, and then the
Yeah,
result
you don't roll like the skill.
has
It's
different
just...
effects based on your skill level.
Okay, so we'll say at first you're kind of looking around. You can't really see anything. But then you do look up and you see a hatch, in fact, in the top of the elevator. The only problem is it looks like it may be a little bit too tall for anybody to reach.
Darn.
So, I mean, if you guys want to start going crazy and trying to, like, hoist each other up to, like, get up there and see if you can open it and all that stuff, you're more than
I think I'll take a look at like the others in the elevator and just think, nah. And I'll just kind of slump back against the wall, cross my arms.
Wow.
Like,
Wow.
It's
I would have been all over that
no.
plan. Darn.
Okay. So, anybody else try anything else or say anything else to anybody?
So, y'all ain't heard of my business, but you heard about the Spectre Inspector, maybe?
Stop talking.
Is that... But...
Wake me when we get out of here.
I just...
I mean, I wouldn't mind hearing it since we're stuck in here for a bit.
See?
Oh, God.
This kid
Well,
likes a
then
good
you
story.
two- You two have a lovely conversation.
I'm just saying, the Spectre Inspector. Don't trust her. I mean, sure, she may have those cute little commercials, but it's not the right kind of business. I'm coming here trying to get someone to help me reveal it, and it's just not fair. Just because she... Don't worry about it. Just don't worry about it. But if you ever need someone, let me give you my card. And I pull out a business card, and I hold it out in front of him. So, yeah.
It's not the first business card I got today, so...
There you go. Anything... If anyone else, talks about some sort of haunting going on.
Yeah, sure.
Just give me a call.
Yeah, of course. Well,
Sorry, miss, you having a hard time with your oxygen? Is that what this is?
Sure.
So you might notice, actually, hold on, roll for me, Xylo.
Sure.
Okay, nice. So you have a lot of business cards on you, let's say.
Yeah.
And you couldn't take the time to go through and do this on all of them, but on some of the business cards, you did go through and cross out the S in Ghost Adjusters.
Of course.
And he just got one of the ones that has like a crossed out S. So when you get this QuteJakey, you will notice it says Ghost Adjusters on it, but it looks like somebody took like a Sharpie marker and crossed out the S at the end of it. So it just says Ghost Adjuster now.
oh.
So as you guys are all standing there, I'm gonna ask you to roll again. Ooh, okay.
Oh.
Ooh, man.
We're just struggling out here.
It's a struggle fest.
Okay, let me see something. What are all of your mind stats? Hey, Mitch, not so great. Jakey did okay. Ooh, Jules just making it, and Xylo just making it. Okay, wow, I'm sorry, Mitch. Only you hear this. But suddenly, out of that same speaker that you guys were talking to Alexander in, you hear this weird whisper kind of coming through the speaker. And let's just say it's not like exactly like a whisper you've heard before, but it has like, it gives you the same feeling, sort of. If that makes any sense?
Gotcha.
You get sort of this gut feeling. So, what does your guy do? Is he looking around to see if the other people hear it, anything like that?
I'm probably looking everybody up and down, trying to see if they notice it.
Yeah, you would notice that none of them seem to be affected by it or hearing it, or...
I think I'd probably try to maybe yank at my ear a little bit, maybe think, oh, it's just another noise I hear.
Yeah,
Maybe it's just my ears popping from being in the elevator. Just trying to think as if it's something else.
Yeah, it's definitely like you try to pull your ear a little bit. I know what you're saying, to kind of like pop it, and yeah, it's still there. Do you say anything to anybody else about it?
Do you guys hear that?
Hear what?
No, I hear nothing. There's nothing going on in here. Real boring.
Yeah, just silence.
Okay. I guess I'm just hearing things.
You alright?
Yeah. Sure, I'll just relax it off.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
fine.
we've been in here for a while, so probably
Yep.
don't want to say your mind playing tricks on you, because it hasn't been that long, but hopefully we're out of here soon.
Okay, roll one more time, Mitch. Okay, yeah, so as you kind of address those guys, and you ask them if they heard something, and obviously they all kind of responded no. We'll say you probably weren't surprised by that answer. You kind of expected them to say no.
Yeah.
But after about a minute or two, it does sort of seem to go away. And everything's cool again. At least for now. At least it feels cool for now. So at this point, we'll say maybe, I don't know, 40 minutes has passed. Has anybody tried to strike up conversation at all with anybody, or
I
you're
try
all
every
just
5 minutes.
every 5 minutes? Can you give us some examples of
So,
some of the
what's-
people you try with?
What's your name again, photographer boy?
Jacob.
Ah, well, Jacob. Who's the most famous person? I'm sorry, let me introduce myself. My name is Doug Diggums. I mean, you heard of Ghost of Justice before, but my name's Doug. So, what is the, who's the most famous person you ever took a picture of?
Well, there's a lot. I mean,
Ooh.
you know, celebrities. I saw, you know, Ariana Grande yesterday. Last week at a party. So
Ariana Grande?
yeah, took some picture of her. You know, it's a big party. Recently I'm just like obsessed with taking pictures of this party life and how people deal with it. I'm hoping to get some awards soon. I don't know, but in general I just like taking really good pictures. So
Well.
yeah.
And just try to like spark off little conversations as we're going. I don't know if anyone else cares about them, but
You try to like impose conversation
Yeah.
on anybody else specifically?
no. It's mostly targeted at Jacob here because he's the only one.
He's the only one
willing to hear a
talk.
word I say.
Yep. Seen
Okay.
a lot of people like you.
Okay. Well, let's say that suddenly the lights go out for like the lights in the elevator. I mean, they're still on even though the elevator stopped. I mean, obviously you guys aren't in pitch black, but they start to flicker a little bit. And it actually goes completely dark for like 3 seconds. Everybody roll.
Nice.
Did it start with Xylo 69?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, the lights, flicker. They go fully dark for about 3 seconds. When they come back, Doug is gone. Nobody knows where Doug is. Doug disappears. We'll maybe see what happened to him in a second. But yeah, Doug is not here.
Thank
Um,
God. He's
Okay,
talking
as
was getting
much
annoying.
no. As annoying as
Okay.
he was, where does anyone have an explanation?
I don't. I mean, where could he go?
It's been 3 seconds. He probably hopped up through the top.
The hatch is
think
still closed, nor was he tall enough without one of us to help.
We
Whatever.
would have heard sounds of him getting out. I don't know.
Okay, this is ridiculous. I go
Yeah.
to press the button again to call
Yeah,
Alexander.
please.
Yes, hello, ma've.
Hey, and first off, any news on Steve or whoever?
Yeah, I mean, we've actually tried calling him a couple more times. And no
Okay.
answer. No answer whatsoever.
So things just got a little bit more strange here, Alexander. We had 1, 2, 3. We had 4 people in this elevator, and one of them just disappeared. The lights went off, and one of them is gone.
Say that again?
We had 4 people in this elevator, and now one of them is gone. So honestly, is this some type of trick? I don't have time for this.
I mean, we have been getting some, brownout stuff where we're getting the electricity going a little in and out. He didn't climb up in that hatch up in the top of the elevator or something, did he? It's actually really dangerous up there.
There's no way. The light was out for 3 seconds. He couldn't have gotten up there without one of us to help him. I mean, did one of you help him up there?
Like I really wanted to.
Do you say that, or do you just kind of say it with your eyes, Mitch?
I'm kind of saying it under my breath.
Yeah. You could probably tell pretty easily, Kayla, that these guys did not help that guy up.
Yeah.
Not to mention, he was probably a lot bigger than they were. He's kind of a... So I guess Alexander is just like, I don't really know what to tell you. I mean, do you want me to call the police or something if there's a missing person?
I mean, I basically am the police, gonna be honest.
What's your, I just realized I should maybe get the name of the person I'm talking to here. What is your name, ma'am? As I said, I'm Alexander.
Jules, or Julie Lancaster. I work over at the local police department. I'm a detective. I'm kind of a regular here. Probably
Detective
seen me around.
Lancaster. Can I call you Jules?
Please.
Okay, well, Jules, should I call the police? I mean, you're the expert then. Would this be a good time to call the police?
My character's just so confused at this point. Maybe just get Steve here first, and then we'll take a look at what's going on once we get out of this elevator.
Okay, just hang tight there for a second. I mean, I guess you don't really have a choice. We'll try to get this worked out as quickly as we can.
Please do.
Okay, so poor Alexander just getting berated by Jules. He doesn't know what to do. Hold on one second. Okay. We are going to... do you guys say anything else to each other? Are you all still kind of, sort of dumbfounded by how Doug is not there?
Confused, but...
I'm still just kind of looking around, trying to figure out any clues to what happened, but...
Is there any trapdoors in this place?
Yeah.
Is this a trick elevator?
Hold on.
I'm just kind of tapping my shoe on the floor. Waiting.
So as they are all sort of looking around, we're going to switch scenes real quickly. And we're going to join Doug. So everybody else cover their cameras quickly. Doug.
Howdy.
You were surrounded completely by darkness. Actually, from your perspective.
Power just never came back on.
Yeah, the light started flickering, and it's just sort of closed. It's just dark. Everything's completely dark around you. Do you do anything or say anything?
Well, this is extra inconvenient now. Oh, don't suppose you got a flash on that camera, do you, Jacob?
Now, as you say that, nobody answers you. And you also notice your voice sounds a lot more echoey than it should for a small elevator. It sounds like you're in a cave or something, but you cannot see anything. Everything is just completely pitch black.
Jacob? Hello?
Okay.
I start reaching my arms out. Seeing if I can feel anyone except the officer lady. Stay away from that part of the elevator if I can control it.
Yeah, I guess as you reach around, you notice there is nobody within arm's reach of you. You can't feel like anything. No walls to the elevators, no people, no anything. You're just surrounded by what seems like endless darkness right now.
All right. This is strange.
Can you roll quickly?
35.
Ooh, okay. So, being a human, you blink. But before you do, just because you're kind of confused and looking around, you just hear a...
Hello, Doug.
And you blink your eyes, and you are suddenly back in the elevator. Everybody else, roll real quick. Hold on, quick message. See your rolls. Okay. We'll say Mitch, because you were just sort of like in your own head already, probably eyes closed. You don't really notice this. But everybody else notices the lights flicker again for a second, and he's back.
Oh! Who said that? Hello? Hello?
Oh.
Hey guys.
Sir?
What do you just say hello to me?
How long would he have been gone for on our end?
I'd say, like, maybe it was about 2-3 minutes tops after you messaged Alex again. You probably waited about another 2 minutes before it happened again.
So where did you go?
I went somewhere?
Yeah.
I mean...
Where?
The light flickered and you disappeared?
I think the oxygen or something is, we must be sucking it all up in this elevator, because something's going on, and I feel like I just had an episode. Don't really know how to explain it. But I just think it's... Well, you guys, where'd you go, huh? It was all...
Me?
We
We're here.
here.
It was just got dark, and then the voices. You heard the voices?
Voices?
What voices?
Said hello, Doug, except more like hello, Doug, something like that. Nothing. Anyone?
You're probably right
No.
when your first guess. The oxygen levels are just not that good in here, and it's probably causing
I go and like put my bag on the floor, start opening it up. I don't trust it.
What are you doing?
I don't
What
trust none of this. I don't trust none of this. And right in the middle of the elevator, I grab out like this little bundle of leaves and twigs and a lighter.
Excuse me, what are you doing?
And I proceed to light the lighter and catch the little bundle of twigs on fire.
So I'm gonna put my hand on my gun.
Not.
Sir, what are you doing?
Does it begin to like smoke as a sage stick would normally begin to do?
Yeah, roll actually, real quick.
Sure. Let's reach inside my bag of tricks, see if I can get the right sage stick out.
Oh, actually, luckily, for the rest of you, it actually smells kind of pleasant. And it's not enough smoke where you guys are like, your eyes are burning and it's like smoking out the elevator a bit. There's like a little bit of smoke. He burned a little bit of sage, like a manageable enough where it's not going to overwhelm you guys.
Hmm.
Do you think any of you guys would know what sage smells like?
Probably not.
Probably not.
Probably not.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Just go like
All right.
waving it around in the elevator, making little smoke lines and stuff.
Yeah. Okay. So, Doug, you see the other people sort of reacting very strangely to what you're doing. They're kind of freaking out a little bit. You see the cop lady who, actually, you don't know her name. Everybody else in the elevator knows her name, but you weren't there, right?
Yeah, whatever. Karen or something.
Yeah. But you do notice her put her hand on her gun and look at you and say, "What are you doing?"
Standard procedure. I'm simply making sure nothing is going awry here. Just in case. I mean, hey, I'm an expert if it comes to anything weird happening. It's kind of my business. So
Whatever
allow me
helps
to
you
do my
sleep
thing.
at night.
It's only going to burn a small percentage of our dwindling oxygen supplies, and it should give us a lot more peace of mind.
Dwindling oxygen supplies.
I'll take the peace of mind.
I do a little circle specifically around him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess Mitch, your character is kind
I'd
of okay
actually
with this
appreciate that.
because he's seeing some weird stuff right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anybody do anything else? Do you try to stop him at all, Jules?
I think once she realizes what he's doing, because, she kind of just takes her hand off of her gun, leans back against the side of the elevator, and just rolls her eyes.
Okay.
After like a minute of that, I just like put it out. Proud of myself.
Okay. Roll for me one more time, Xylo.
Yes, sir.
Ooh. Okay. Hold on. Oh god, I dropped a die. I don't know where it went. I have to get another one.
Oh no!
There's another one.
Fell through a crack in the elevator.
Oh, okay, you guys. You're fine for now, actually. Yeah, everything's cool.
Fantastic.
So is anybody else gonna continue the conversation at all? Do you does anyone else, are you still all kind of confused as to where Doug just went?
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Okay. Does anybody want to question him further?
I don't think I would.
You'd just be
I think I'd drop
chilling.
it.
I think I'm not questioning him because Jules doesn't think she's going to get anything by talking to him more, but she is just kind of like still scanning the elevator. She probably kind of thinks maybe he like is pulling some weird trick or something, so she's trying to figure out how like that happened and just like use things around to, figure out
Okay.
what's going on.
Maybe she's questioning whether, like, am I on a prank show or something?
Yeah.
Looking around for a camera. Roll actually really quick.
Okay. Just a regular roll? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you don't see a camera.
Had to be sure.
Okay, so what we're gonna say is, as you guys are all sitting there kind of confused, you got this weird red-headed, kind of slovenly fellow lighting sage on the ground.
Like fires and elevators, you know.
Yeah, fires and
Normal
elevators.
thing.
You're not stopping him as a cop.
Well, he's not lighting a big fire, and if it were like, I don't know.
But you guys, suddenly you hear a noise. And the elevator doors open.
There we
Oh,
go.
Oh my God.
Got the bad
Okay.
juju out of here, and now we are good to go.
And that is the point that we are going to take a quick 5-minute break.
Ooh.
What? I want to know what happened.
Ooh.
So yeah, we're going to take a quick little 5-minute break. That is going to be our little mid-episode cliffhanger.
Mm.
So yeah, now's a good time to probably go grab a drink, stretch your legs, run to the bathroom, grab a snack, do some sit-ups if you're into that kind of thing. And yeah, we'll be back in about 5 minutes. Xylo, actually, we didn't really plan this. Do you want to just use the intro thing for the break?
Absolutely, I'm ready for it.
Okay.
All right, yeah.
All right. How's everybody enjoying it so far, players and viewers?
The way you did the intro was
Yeah, I love that.
so
It was
good.
great.
Oh yeah.
The sound effects,
Mm-hmm.
amazing.
I
It's
did
really
my best to
immersive.
time them. Like, know that as I'm playing these sound effects, because I'm playing them through Discord, I can't hear any of them. So I'm like literally looking at the timers on my
Right.
Stream Deck. I'm like 3, 4, 2, 1. Okay, creature.
I'm just so happy I nailed the music cutoff when it did. Whew. The pressure.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I'll have to watch back. But yeah, glad everyone's enjoying it so far. We will be back in 5 minutes, because that's how long that intro music is.
We'll see you then.
Yup.
Welcome back to Awakening.
Yes, we are back from our break. I hope everybody got a snack and a drink. I was out of like good water and Brita water, so I'm drinking grape soda.
Hey.
So good for you.
Spookiest of drinks.
That's the spookiest of drinks. Okay, so just sort of to recap really quickly the first half, we had 5 strangers walk into an elevator in an office building. The elevator got stuck. They were there for like a while, and some strange things started happening. Mitch's character, who we still don't know the name of, we can kind of deduce so far that he's kind of a private guy. Doesn't really seem too talkative and stuff. Not really the type of guy, it seems, to just volunteer his name to a bunch of strangers. But he had a weird incident where he opened his eyes and he saw the 2 other people in the elevator, both Jacob and Doug, just staring at him really, like, sinisterly. And then we had another incident where the lights flickered and Mr. Doug Diggums disappeared. Just like that. And, yeah, he heard a weird voice in the darkness and woke back up, I guess is the way to put it. Awakening. See what I did there?
Ooh.
Didn't
I
even do that.
awakened.
And reappeared in the elevator. And just as they're all sitting there trying to figure out what in God's name just happened, the elevator doors opened. So, as these elevator doors open, we are gonna say that Jules, you've been to the office that you're going to. You've been there a couple times, right?
Correct.
You know what it looks like. You know what this floor looks like and stuff. And this is actually the floor. This is floor 13, the floor you guys were in fact looking for. So you would recognize this. I don't know if anybody else in the party would. Would you, Xylo? Have you been to this office before?
I've probably been there 2 or 3 times. You know, at least 2 of those 3 times they kind of turned me away because, you know, reasons or something. But
Okay. Roll for me real quick.
Yep.
Okay, even though you've been here a couple of times, your mind's racing so much all the time. You're like a goldfish. Every time you blink, it's a whole new world. You don't
Got a lot on my mind, you know?
Yeah. And one of the reasons you might not recognize this floor is as the doors open, you guys notice that all the lights are out. There's no lights on anywhere on the floor. There's nobody working there. I mean, it's a hallway with doorways to, you know, separate offices and separate businesses. But normally you'll at least see a couple people walking around, stuff like that, and there's just nothing. But
what time of day was it when we came here?
It was the daytime. I will say the hallway you're in right now does not have any windows.
Fair.
So you probably wouldn't have any sunlight coming in anyway. So it is pretty dark, actually. I'm assuming you all step out of the elevator, right?
Yeah.
After being stuck in there for so long.
Oh, it's just what we needed. A nice breath of fresh air.
Wait.
Fresh air and darkness.
Jules, you know this floor. This looks familiar to you. Do you say anything to anybody else or do anything once you know?
Yeah, I feel like I'd be cautious for a second, especially with the events in the elevator. So as they come out, I'd kind of just be like, okay, let's wait a second.
I start walking forward.
Sir?
What? Well, business has got to run during a power outage, too. We're doing them a disservice if we just sit here eating up their time.
Would I notice, like, something's off about this floor? Or, like, it's just the fact that, like, or would I assume that this is just a power outage?
Roll.
Okay.
Oh, that's actually a pretty decent roll. We will say that in the hallway, even though there's no actual desks or anything in the hallway, this is just a hallway that leads to a bunch of separate offices. They do have some, like, tables in the hallway, sort of along the side, that have some, like, plastic plants on them. And you will notice that those plants look really dusty, kind of covered in cobwebs.
This is strange. As a detective, would I have like a little flashlight on my belt or something with my gun?
Or even though you didn't have cell phone service, you might even have like an app on your phone that's like a flashlight or something like that. That is actually something I should mention to the viewers. It's probably kind of obvious by now, but this whole campaign is set in modern day time, so people have cell phones, all that kind of stuff. It's not like a medieval thing.
Yeah, so I would get out something.
I light a torch.
Yeah.
I light a torch and wake up my dragon.
So yeah, I would get out my phone, kind of look around. This is strange.
Okay. As you said, I mean, aside from the like cobwebs and dust that seems to be on the table and the cobwebs on the fake plastic plants, everything looks pretty normal. There's, by the different doors to different officers, there's little nameplates telling you which business it is. And as you shine your flashlight down the hallway, you probably notice at the end of the hallway the nameplate for an office you are quite familiar with. It is Lenny Colworth's office, the private investigator. So you do see everything looks pretty normal. I mean, you never probably paid attention to the other offices, but that really seems kind of weird, and Lenny's office is where it should be.
Can I go ahead and just go to his office, either knock or let myself in?
Yeah, which one do you want to do?
The one that I was planning on going to, Lenny's.
Yeah, I mean, do you want to knock, or do you want to let yourself in?
I'll knock first, and then if there's no response, I'll probably let myself in, or try to.
Yeah. Okay, do the other people, like, follow her?
I lean back to them. Oh, I see what it is. She made us all stop so she could get the first appointment. I see.
I'd probably just be slowly trotting behind, hands in pockets, kind of slouched.
Okay. Yeah, so you knock, Jules? No answer.
That's strange. So I open the door. I'd like to go in.
Okay, so you step into his office, and you see a pretty frightening sight. You see what looks like a person. I mean, you have your flashlight up, so you can kind of make this up. Make this out, rather. But you just see this guy in his desk chair at a desk. His skin looks sort of brown and leathery and sort of stretched. His eyes are like sunken into his head, and his eyes are open and they are black. His eyes just look completely black, and his eyes are really like sunken in. His mouth is kind of stretched open really, really, really wide. It looks like it's a very unnatural looking like face that it has. And I want you to roll for me real quick.
Okay.
Oh, was that 14 your roll?
That's a 14.
14.
Oh, baby. Okay. You've been to Lenny's office enough times that you know him pretty well. You know that he's like not the most wealthy guy in the world, and he probably owns like 2 suits. Both of which you recognize really well. And one of which this guy in this chair is definitely wearing. You are, I'd say, 99% sure that this is Lenny Colworth sitting in that chair looking that way, even though you cannot make out his face at all. His face is just so messed up. Do you react in any sort of way?
Would I get a threatening vibe from this
You
man,
would get you wouldn't get a threatening vibe. I'd say it's pretty safe to assume that he's dead. But I will say, in your line of work, I mean, you're not a homicide detective. Oh, we just revealed that. But you are a detective. So it's like not something you see every day, but I assume you've come to crime scenes where you've seen dead bodies before. It's not something you're completely new to, I'm assuming.
Right.
Okay, well, you've never seen anything like this. So you have like a really, it definitely makes you kind of pause in your tracks. In fact, roll once more for me.
Oh,
Oh my god. Okay.
working again.
All right. Go into your sheet, and under your unnatural stress, type a hardened. Check a hardened one.
All right.
So I'll stop here just for a quick second, just to tell the chat how this works for those of you guys who don't know. A lot of you probably don't, because we've never really explained the rules. Each of the different characters has 5 different stresses. One is violence, one's the unnatural, one's helplessness, one is isolation, and one is self. And every single time these guys are presented with a situation that's very stressful in one of those, like if they see something really violent or something really spooky, they are going to have to roll a stress check. And generally, most of them are rolled against their mind stat. So, Kayla just rolled a 14 there. Her mind stat is 50, so she is well below the number. So that's definitely a passing roll. And they have different boxes that they need to check if they pass one of those or if they fail one of those. The cool thing about this system, though, is you would think, like, okay, if they fail, that's bad, and if they pass, that's good. And that is true. But if they pass, it's still not fully good, because it's not good to get too many of those hardened checks in one category. Hopefully that makes sense. But she just did well, and if you are going to have to roll a stress check, you definitely want to pass. So you passed. So you're, even though this shakes you up a little bit, you're holding it together, Jules.
All right.
Do you make any sort of noise to sort of like indicate to the other people what's going on, or did anybody follow her?
Yeah. Immediately,
Impatiently tapping my foot.
I'd probably. Would any of you be right behind me? Would they see it?
Well, I mentioned I was far behind, like slowly walking.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't enter the office room or anything.
I don't think I would have entered.
Okay.
So for
How
their
close are you
sake,
to the door, though?
I'm probably like 5 feet from the door. Like just the basic like bare minimum amount of respect of I'm not gonna go in there while she's talking her business. But yeah.
Did you let the door swing open, Jules, or did it?
I pictured kind of entering the room with my hand still on the handle, so I didn't enter fully. Like I opened the door with
Kind of open it and sort of slip
and
in.
like peeking in, yeah. And for the sake of like I walked in and I saw a really weird looking like dead body, I'd probably back up, close the door for the sake of them, because obviously as a detective, this is in my field of work, but I don't want them to see that because it's some crazy stuff.
Okay.
What, is he not in there?
Oh, he's in there.
Oh, what's the problem?
I think he's dead.
Like dead?
What?
Yes, dead. Can I check my phone to see if I have service?
Yeah, sure, roll.
Oh.
Ooh, no, you don't have service.
I think we should probably head back downstairs and call the police.
I'll look her up and down. Hello, there's been an incident. Could you possibly help?
I'm a detective.
Isn't that like higher ranking or something?
I mean, I have superiors.
Oh yeah. What's in there? I go and reach for the door.
I'm still holding the door handle at this point, so I just kind of block it.
Yeah, I just take my hand off like, okay.
As you guys are talking, the elevator door closes behind you guys.
Of course. Hey, I wasn't getting back in that thing anyway.
Yeah.
Are there any stairs around
the
here?
stairs.
You can look if you want to roll against your notice.
Sure.
Oh, okay, yeah. Back towards the door, you see a door that has like a little picture of a staircase. It has like a little plaque above it. Let's, ooh. Okay, do you want to go try that door?
I start yelling throughout the hallway.
I
Hey,
mean-
anyone in here know what happened to Lenny? Anyone? Hello?
Yeah, no response.
Silence.
What day is
I
it this
think
week?
We'll say it's a Tuesday.
You would think some people would be working on a Tuesday. Huh.
Mm-hmm.
I think it'd be in our best interest to take the stairs.
It's not a
And I just
holiday,
point
is
to
it?
the staircase.
Okay, when you
No.
go to the door, it's locked. See, there's nothing bad here. I know I went, oh
Awesome.
boy, but yeah, it's not. You're not gonna get attacked, Kayla.
So
when
we
you
have
to the door. It was locked.
so we have a door towards stairs that are locked. We have what assumes to be a dead body, and the elevator closed.
Are you
So-
sure he's dead and not just like unconscious or something? We could get him some help.
Sir, I'm a detective. I've seen a couple of dead
It's just you
bodies
didn't even
in
go
my
check
day.
his pulse.
He's beyond pulse checking. If you really want to go see for yourself, be my guest. But just let me tell you, a decomposed body, not something you want to take a look at.
Decomposed. I was on the phone with them. Just doesn't it take a long time for those things to happen?
I mean, it looked like he'd been in there for quite some time.
Well,
I don't know who you talked to on the phone, but I don't know if it was him.
My curiosity is slowly getting the better of me.
You're just staring at that door.
Mm-hmm. Anyone else?
Do I notice him staring at it?
Mhm.
Just
Yeah, I
gonna
would
remind you.
assume so. If he's just sort of
Yeah,
like, as
I'm
you say,
fully
like,
eyeballing it.
yeah.
I'm just gonna
So
let
that's
you know. You really don't want to go through that door.
Anyone else feeling
Yeah,
a
so
little bit
as you're
curious
telling
here?
him that, you could tell he's thinking about it for sure by the look on his face.
hmm
I mean, if one of you guys want to go take a look, I'll go look with you.
Right. So this isn't a body viewing party. We need to figure out how to get off of this
Yeah.
floor so we can get
Yeah.
help.
Yeah, we'd rather get out than seeing whatever body that is.
Yeah.
So
At this point, I might as well just try and get out of here.
So you think it's like a murder or something, or you have a heart
I
attack?
don't know what it is. Once I get some of my coworkers here, we will look into it. Now, if you guys want to be helpful, I'd appreciate if you helped me either pick this lock. I guess we can try the elevator again, but I don't know about you guys. I'd rather not get stuck. But I suppose Steve
Yeah.
is here.
Hmm.
We have to get off this floor.
Anyone here know how to pick a lock?
As
I mean, I might know
strange
a
as it
little
is, I
something.
actually do.
oh,
We got an expert on our hands. Look at this.
What
Good.
was your name, sir?
Um,
Do I really have to tell you?
I was
Oh.
just. I mean, I was gonna thank you.
It's
Usually
Scotty.
respectful. Okay, Scotty. Thank you.
That's all you're
If
getting.
you could, that's all I need. If you could try to pick the lock, I'd be very grateful. I'm going to keep trying to get service on my phone.
I pull out my phone to do the same, but it's dead.
You don't even give me the chance to make you roll for it. You just like,
It's just
nah,
dead. Didn't charge it
dead
this
all the
morning.
time. Yep. All right, do you go up and try to pick the lock,
Yeah.
Scotty?
I'm gonna try and pick it.
Okay, roll. Oh man. Okay, what do you use to pick it? Do you just have like, do you like MacGyver it? Do you just have like a paper clip and like a?
Yeah.
What kind of lock
or,
is this? You know?
maybe like a. I know I could even use like a credit card if it's one of those push doors.
Okay, we'll say that, and we'll
Okay.
also say, I guess, as I described earlier, it's an old building, so it probably
Yeah.
doesn't have the most like advanced locks ever. Okay, so he opens the door to the staircase. Does
I got it,
everybody-
guys.
There we go.
Perfect. Thank you.
right.
All right, everybody, go on. Head down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
what
kinda
order
just-
do you guys?
I'm gonna kind of just like be like, go. Like I'm not going first. Or somebody else can go.
Ladies first.
Mhm.
No, I insist. Because I'm kind of trying to make sure they're all out before I leave.
Hmm.
And then
Yeah,
I'm
it's like
going
in
to
your
follow down.
training kind of
Yeah.
thing. It's
Yeah.
just sort of what you're trained to
'Cause,
do.
to keep them safe, and because this is a crime scene now, as far as I'm concerned. So
If nobody's gonna go, I guess I'll go first. I'll take the first step.
Sure, I'll probably follow after him, seeing her tough stance on this.
And I will follow.
and then I will follow after them.
Okay. So you all start walking down the stairs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
Yes.
All right. You walk down what seems about, I don't know if anybody's counting, or we'll even say that you see the floors at each door for the different floors. Does anybody try any other doors on the way down? Or you just head all the way to the bottom of the steps?
Probably not.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
just
would
go
personally
down.
want to head all the way down.
Yeah.
When
I
we
think
were
so.
on
Okay.
the bottom floor, was there anyone else in there? Was there like a receptionist or anything like that?
Yeah.
No, there wasn't. There was a desk for it, but there was nobody there.
Okay. Just crickets.
Mm-hmm. All right, hold on. I gotta roll something quickly. Woo, okay. So, as you guys get to the bottom, there's a door there. I suppose you guys go through it, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you all walk through, and you are on the 13th floor of this building.
Yes.
Wait. Didn't we just walk down a bunch?
This looks eerily similar. To anyone else seeing what I'm seeing?
Yes.
Anyone else feeling what I'm feeling in their thighs?
This is the 13th floor.
Yeah.
I imagine some of you just I picture Doug just looking up.
Yeah, like I
Looking
go
back
back in
down.
the stair shaft, like looking up, looking down.
Like he's still
Yeah.
trying to put it together. Really seemed to help.
Great.
And I mean, I guess I'll be nice and give you guys some other options. There's other doors there. It's not just Lenny's office. Or you guys could, if anybody's feeling curious, they can go check on Lenny. Unless, if they don't take Jules' word for it, and they're
Pretty curious.
yeah. So, yeah, as you guys are all standing there sort of,
I start walking down the hallway, knocking on doors. Anyone here?
okay,
Hello?
do you knock on, every single door?
Yeah, I just continue. I don't stop to knock on the doors. I'm just knocking on them as I'm walking down the
Yeah.
hallway.
Okay, everybody roll.
44.
Okay.
Oh.
That's my guy right there.
Am I rolling too? Sorry, my headphones fell out.
Yeah, you also roll. Okay.
Why?
So interestingly enough, this guy Doug starts knocking on the doors, and he is the only one who doesn't hear this. But we'll say in this hallway, there's 3 doors on either side, and Lenny's door is at the end of the hallway. And when you get to the when you get to the door that is right, like if you're looking down the hallway at Lenny's door, this is the one that's right next to his on the right-hand side. As
Okay.
soon as he knocks on that, everybody but Doug hears something come from behind that door.
Hello? Nobody?
Doug, is
Uh,
it?
Are kids allowed in here?
No.
Probably?
I've never seen a child in this building
I
before.
mean, I don't see why they would be here, but I don't see
Yeah.
why they wouldn't be allowed.
Right.
I go and start knocking on the door across the hallway.
Across the hallway. Yeah, nothing from that door.
Yeah.
But
Just to be
definitely
on the same page, did everyone just hear that?
Yeah, nothing.
No.
Yeah, I heard a.
Yeah, I heard it.
Seemed to sound like a
um,
little kid.
a little girl or boy
Yeah.
giggle, right?
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that.
I try to open the door across the hallway that I'm currently at.
The one that you're currently at,
Yep.
not the door that we heard.
Right.
You open it up, you see some desks around. Actually roll real quick.
Sure.
Oh man, you see some desks around.
Lovely.
Looks like an office, just with the lights off.
Yeah, walking like looking under the desk. Anyone? Nothing in here.
Looks normal to me. Yeah, nothing in that office, but everybody else definitely did hear something.
Oh, sure, you heard something.
Would we know that came from the door that he knocked on?
Yeah, it sounded like it was coming from that direction, and it definitely happened almost immediately after he knocked on that door.
Yeah, then I paused and knocked on the other one 10 seconds after.
So actually, just for fun, I'm gonna force you to use one of your skills, Kayla.
Ooh.
Okay. Nice.
Can you guess which one I'm gonna make you use?
Blah, blah, blah. Connecting the dots.
Yes.
Or...
Yes. Kayla's gonna, or Jules is gonna roll their connecting the dots skill.
Nice.
Okay. You didn't get connecting the dots, but you're still under your mind skill. So so the viewers, we're gonna just break here for a second, just so you know how these kind of things work. Everybody has skills that are tied to stats. Her connecting the dots skill is connected to her mind stat. Her mind stat is 65. Her connecting the dots skill is 45. So she got lower than her mind skill, but she didn't get lower than her mind stat, rather, but she did not get lower than her connecting the dots skill. Now, in cases when they try to do things like this, it is a partial success. So I will be giving her information, but it won't be as much information as if she had rolled underneath the specific skill. I hope that makes sense. So it's a partial success because you did get under your mind skill, but it's above your connecting the dots. You're about, I don't know, you're not certain, but you're about 85 to 90% sure that laugh came from behind that door.
Okay. And would that laugh have given us like a creepy vibe or me a creepy vibe, or would it be more like concerned?
That is actually a really good question. Everybody roll.
Even me?
Except for you, actually. Okay. What's Mitch's? Okay. It's a little unsettling for you, Mitch.
Mm-hmm.
Jacob, you might even think like it's funny. You're like, that's a weird sound. I wonder what they're watching on YouTube in that office. So it doesn't really give you a bad feeling. Kayla, though, when you heard that laugh and you sort of pieced together that's a creepy kid's laugh that's coming from behind a door in an empty building, and you're just sort of thinking of all of the things that have happened since you've been in this building, and yeah, you get like a chill up your spine. You get a bad feeling about that door.
I think I'd probably grab my gun and have it in my hand and walk towards the door.
Okay. Is anybody else doing anything else as she's doing that?
I think since I was mildly concerned, I'd probably follow in tow.
All right. But yeah, just sort of making sure to stay behind her, I'm assuming.
I step outside the office I was in. What'd you guys say you heard?
Yeah, when you do,
Oh,
you see Jules walking gun in hand towards that door number 4 that you had knocked on. The one, I guess it's across the hall from the one that you stepped out of, right?
Yep.
And I picture like her like walking down with her back kind of against the wall, and she's like kind of side walking with her gun in her hand as she like approaches.
And I'm just up against the other wall, not getting in the way.
Okay. So what do you do when you get to the door?
All right, so we have the door here. Is Doug right across from the door?
Yeah, I guess where did you move, Doug? Did you just sort of
I'm just like
back
next to the
that
door across the hallway.
Yeah.
All right. So I picture, like, I'm holding my gun with both of my hands at this point. Maybe I look to him and I'm just like, Doug, I need you to do me a favor.
Of course.
I need you to stand aside and then open that door so I can go in.
Sure thing. Think there's gonna be someone in there?
I'm pretty sure someone's in there. I've
Oh.
got a bad vibe from this.
I reach my hand towards the door handle. Grab
Go
onto
to
it.
open it.
Yeah, and just look at her, see if she's ready, and then as soon as she gives me like any sort of notification.
Standing there with my gun.
Guess what my roll just told me, Xylo?
What up?
It's locked.
Okay. Despite that, I like kind of like nod 3, 2, 1, and I just pull on the door like I'm about to swing it open.
And I'm
Just-
like almost ready to point my gun out, but
Do me a favor, roll real quick. Oh man, okay. No, yeah, you just do that. You actually, even though you pull probably a little bit harder than you should, and
Yep.
in some cases you might have comedically just fallen onto the ground and lost your footing, you actually recover quite gracefully from what could have been an embarrassing.
Yeah, I just struggle a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Door's locked. I don't know if
Another locked door.
Scotty was it, if this is your expertise as well.
I don't know if that's the best idea.
Well, you're trying to get in the door. You unlock
Because
And
it.
I
your
think
concern is someone in there.
Hello? I shout into the room.
Shout at the door.
Okay, everybody roll once again.
Someone in there?
Oh man.
I love how I keep hitting low rolls on these.
So nobody hears a response.
Oh.
Except Scotty. Scotty hears a noise. And this time when you hear it, you can't quite put your finger on it. But the laugh sounds familiar to you.
Hmm.
Ooh.
And it gives you a chill. Similar to the way Jules was feeling. I mean, you wouldn't have known this as your character, but us as the viewers know. Jules was freaking out with that last laugh. Scotty is freaking out with this one.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, I don't think I'm gonna open that door.
Don't think we should either.
All right. So.
I want you to answer a question for me, Doug.
Mm-hmm.
You still eyeballing that door?
Yeah, I am. Like, so the door is like closed at the moment, right? Because she shut it on her way out.
Yeah, but it would be pretty close to you because you're kind of across the hall from it. You're sort of, the doors are diagonal.
Yeah.
Where it seems on this floor, Lenny would have gotten like the good office.
Yeah,
Of
I
this
think
floor,
at this
so-
current moment, I'm distracted by these people treating this room so weird. But like the second I that's not the main concern, my attention will drift.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, if it's pretty apparent that they don't want to suddenly go into this room where they heard someone that, you know, obviously isn't in there, I'll probably...
Yeah.
Does the door like have a little window on it or something?
No
Okay,
kind of
just a
window.
solid wood door.
Yep.
Cool. So I just kind of, you know, drift off in that direction.
Okay. Everybody but Mitch roll. Okay. Let me look at things here. Did you roll, Kayla?
Oh, just a moment. There we go.
Okay. Let me see. Sorry, everybody. I just have to take a look at everybody's character sheets quick. All right. think with Jacob. Jacob might notice that that second time when Doug yelled like hello and you heard no response, didn't really seem like anybody reacted too much, but when you look, you just happened to be looking over at Scotty at that moment, and you notice his eyes just sort of look strangely and kind of like he's noticeably shook, like something weird's going on with this guy that has pretty much been quiet since the first moment you've met him. Do you say anything to him, or you just kind of notice it and keep it to yourself?
I guess I can just ask, like, just briefly and see if he's doing okay. Like,
Okay. Oh,
you doing
that's-
okay?
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah. I'm fine.
looking a little bit weird.
No. Everything's all right.
Are you sure? Doesn't
Yes.
look like it.
I'm sure.
Okay then. Whatever.
Okay. Hold on. I forgot which roll I was using as the first digit. Oh man. Okay. I have a bad poker face. It's bad. I gotta stop saying, "Oh man."
Oh no! Nothing
Oh,
happened.
wow,
Oh
you
my
guys-
gosh.
Dude. Everybody roll. All four use. Oh, Xylo, you cool?
6 and a
Oh, look at you two with the same. Oh, okay. So,
Mr. Jacob.
right after Scotty answers you, Jacob, you start to feel. You ever get a feeling like somebody's watching you? You know that feeling?
Oh yeah.
You feel like somebody is standing over your back, like over your shoulder. For a second, you might feel like you even feel something like breathing on your neck, but no, you don't feel that. It's just, but you definitely feel like somebody is there. Do you react in any sort of way?
Have like some sort of a small reaction. I don't, I'm gonna compose.
Yeah, like,
myself,
do you
but I
look? Do you step away?
take a little step back and turn a little bit.
Okay,
just to
you
see
turn
if
and
there's
look.
anything.
Okay, roll.
Okay.
Oh yeah, there's nothing there.
What he probably
That
sees
was
instead is Doug leaning in towards that door.
Yeah, I imagine he's kind of lost his attention span is waning with what's going on with that other door, since they don't really seem like it doesn't look like
everybody's acting weird.
Yeah. So do you open the Lenny's door?
I want to like turn the knob or whatever's on it, and then like crack it so I can peek inside. Is probably what I'll do. Like slowly, just.
Okay.
So yeah, I do.
All right. You see pretty much the same thing I described earlier. You see a body there. How many times would you say you've met Lenny?
Probably. I'm gonna say twice, but one when he was like on his way to his office and I didn't have an appointment. So.
Okay. Roll actually. All right, kind of in the middle there. So you're not sure. We'll say you didn't meet Lenny enough times to like really know him that well.
I don't know him by his outfits.
Yeah,
At least.
you wouldn't. You wouldn't be like Jules, who's like met him so many times. Like she noticed this dude has 2 suits. I've only seen him ever in 2 suits, and that is definitely one of them. But it being in his office, probably about the best you can tell with like a dead body, but similar build and size to Lenny. You can deduce. You're pretty sure it's
Yeah,
Lenny.
probably just like this. Yeah, just avert my gaze, like.
And then I'm gonna need you to do one more roll for me.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So you were also gonna have to check a box in your unnatural stress for hardened.
Okay.
So you passed a roll.
Gotcha.
And once again, to reiterate, chat, even though it's a success, this isn't always good. If you get too many of those successes, you actually sort of become numb and callous to like things like violence and spooky things, which isn't a good thing for your character to be. It's good to have a couple of boxes. Like you want it to be so that you've seen some stuff, so you can deal with some things, but you haven't seen like the worst stuff, so you're still like a human being who like gets affected by things. But yeah, that's some spooky stuff there, Mr. Doug. This looks like something out of like a horror movie. Does anybody else do anything when Doug opens the door and sort of peeks his
I might
head
have
in?
been quiet when I was looking in, but when I see it, I like noticeably gasp and draw myself
Oh yeah,
back.
good question. I kind of glossed over that. How does Doug react? He
Just eyes wide, pulls back, silent.
when he does, we're gonna say the door swings open a little bit more, exposing the view of the room. Like other people, depending on where they're standing, might see into the room and see what Doug sees. You were kind of close up, sort of behind Jules, right? Right, Scotty?
Yeah.
And Jacob, would where do you think you'd be standing? Just like a little bit behind them?
I guess so, yeah.
Okay. I need both of you to roll.
Me?
Yes. Oh, yeah. Jakey and Mitch roll. Ooh, okay. Yeah, you, we'll go against your mind stat for that. You probably don't notice it as clearly, Jacob, but you can kind of see over Doug's shoulder. And you see that eerie kind of face, at least I mentioned, enough to see like the sunken in black eyes. You can see that sort of creeping over Doug's shoulder. And Mitch, because you are a little bit closer to that door and you're at probably a slightly different angle, you can see the whole dang thing. You can see it pretty clearly. Could you roll for me?
Yeah.
Ooh, baby. Okay, you guys are doing good against stress checks. You can mark off one hardened box in your unnatural stress.
Gotcha.
So this freaks you out. You've probably never seen something like this. It looks like something out of a horror movie, but you're maintaining. You're like, okay, you take a deep breath. You're like, that's gross, but
Just relax.
okay.
Try to relax.
Yep. It's probably that good
Just the body.
skill, like kicking in.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
And Jakey, on based on what you see over Doug's shoulder, how do you react? Do you move closer to see what it is? Do you back off because you're kind of grossed out by it and it scares you? Like, what do you think?
Yeah, I guess I would take actually one step or two, a little bit closer, just to.
Your curiosity.
Now that I've seen a little bit already, so
Yeah, now you're probably your curiosity is piqued, so you're like, what is that? Okay, so you roll quick.
Okay.
Oh man, you guys are killing it with the rolls. Okay, you can go to your character sheet, and you can also, under the unnatural, you can there you go.
Yep.
I want to ask you a question, Jacob.
Yes.
Do you have a desire to take a picture at all?
I have thought about it a little bit, I mean, but I'm just trying to, in my mind, like a little bit conflicted.
You're wondering if it would be appropriate in this situation right now?
Yeah.
Oh, I got a skill you could use to deduce that a little bit clearer if you want to have fun and use one of your skills.
Do it.
Yeah, sure.
Do you know what skill I'm talking about?
Quick snap.
Well, it's actually that, or and actually they are both similar numbers. You
Um,
have a skill under
for-
your soul skill, which would maybe be good to determine
So-
whether or not you think it's.
Read the room. Right.
Yeah. So we'll ask, I
Okay.
guess, Jakey can use his read the room skill, and you can sort of deduce clearly whether or not it would be appropriate to take a photograph right now.
Okay. So I do a roll.
Please fail this.
Oh, Ooh.
Ooh, it's
Oh.
kind of hard to tell. You think maybe the cop lady might get annoyed, but this is a very interesting photo. This could be, you've never taken a photo like this before. There's something intriguing about it. So because it's sort of so close to where your skill level is, I'm going to say it's kind of hard to decide where, like, you think it might be inappropriate, but at the same time, this would be a really cool photo. So I'm going to leave it up to you whether or not you decide to actually take your camera out and snap a photo.
You know what? No, I want to win some awards, so I'm gonna take a picture.
Okay. He takes a picture. Do you use a flash? I imagine you would since it's so dark,
It's
right?
dark.
Yeah. There's a flash. Pretend there's a flash.
Now is this like a? This isn't. There's a particular camera that Jacob
Yes.
has, but I'm assuming it's not that one. This is
This
just
is
like a
not
normal
the
camera.
one. This is not the one.
Is it a digital camera? Like one where the picture would be there on a little display on the camera right after you took.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Does anybody react to Jacob taking a photo?
Yeah, I would immediately be like, "Are you serious? That's incredibly disrespectful."
You didn't say
I
he
think
looked
I'd be
like a
annoyed.
mummy who got sucked through a bendy straw.
I think I'd be a little annoyed.
At that point, I would probably walk over to the room and close the door whenever I got the chance as well.
What
Okay.
What if whatever did that's still in here?
You, sir, are
What?
deleting that photo
Oh, yeah.
if I have anything to do with it.
Okay.
Could
Why
I
does he need to delete the photo?
happened?
Because he just took a picture of a crime scene, and that's we can't.
Pretty
just
messed
can't
up.
Do that.
I mean, I said it could be evidence, or I mean, it's just my instinct.
Just trying to be
I'm a
helpful.
photographer, and
I don't think he was trying to be helpful. What would be helpful is if you could all help me get off this floor so we can contact
Right.
the
Well, we
police.
tried to
like-
go down the stairs and then suddenly, poof, we're here again.
So maybe we need to try the elevator again.
You really want to try the elevator again?
I mean, I really would like to get off this floor with a dead body and a creepy little girl laughing, wouldn't you?
A what?
A little girl.
Did you not hear the
There's
creepy
a little
laugh?
girl on this floor?
Well,
That's
little
what it
girl,
would
little
seem.
boy, child, I don't know.
So
What? Something's
Do you mind taking a
arguing-
picture of that too? Because I don't see that one here. So
As they're arguing, do you look at the photo at all, Jacob?
I would check it a little bit, but I'm knowing that this is the camera that I use a lot now. I wouldn't expect to see anything. It's just simply checking a picture once, that kind of thing. So,
Okay. Roll
Yeah.
for me quickly.
Okay.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, it's what you'd expect to see from the photograph. There's nothing. I was gonna say there's nothing weird in there, but there is definitely
there
a
is
weird,
a weird dead body in there.
Yeah. Aside from that, nothing really out of the ordinary. It looks like
Yeah.
you're we're gonna say Jacob is a really good photographer. The audience should probably know that he's actually really good at what he does, and he's really good at like framing a photograph. So even though it was done pretty quickly and likely over Doug's shoulder and stuff, he did manage to get just the right angle, so it's actually like framed really well, and it's it's a weird photo because it's definitely a photo of a kind of decomposing leathery skinned dead body with black eyes, but yeah, it's exactly what you would think it is. Hold on one second. Does anybody try anything else?
I'm gonna look around and see if there's any windows that I can look out of.
Ooh, we'll say the
Like
office.
I go back in the office across from me, see if there's anything there.
Yeah. Yeah, so you walk into that office, roll quickly.
26.
Oh, okay. So something strikes you interesting about this when you look out the window. It was a pretty sunny day when you came in, and as you look out the window, things look pretty overcast. In fact, as you look closer, the sky is black. Interestingly enough. Do you walk towards the window to take a closer look?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so as you look out, as I said, the sky is absolutely black, but it's not like nighttime black. There's no stars there. And the sort of town and city looks kind of, well, not kind of, it looks run down. It looks like some post-apocalyptic cars are stopped in the road, and there's branches and and weeds sort of growing through them. Buildings have windows broken out of them. There's nobody there. You don't see anybody, but some buildings are collapsed. A lot of the roads don't even look like roads anymore because grass has kind of broken through the concrete of the roads and are just sort of overgrowing everywhere. And as I said, the sky is completely black, but it doesn't look like nighttime. You can still see the whole city clear as if it was daytime, but it's just the sky is black.
Y'all want to come take a look at this? Anyone know if there's supposed to be a weird storm or apocalypse or something?
I would probably go take a look.
Yeah, I will as well.
Yeah, I think all of us would.
Yeah. Okay, so you don't even have to roll, because at this point somebody has noticed it and stuff. You all see exactly what I described. You look like you're in an abandoned, rundown city with broken buildings and stuff, and cars in the middle of the road with grass grown over it and stuff.
Pretty sure this place didn't look this rundown
Not
when
quite.
I came in here.
There's something weird going on here.
Yeah, very strange.
That is true.
I think this is some sort of monitor and not a window or something.
Ooh,
Like
there's
a screen?
There's there was the locked door, then there's this office. There's 4 other offices you can check if you wanted. If you wanted to confirm or deny the that assumption.
Or could we try and open the window? Or is it one of those unopenable ones?
No, it's openable. You can open it.
Yeah, I want to try and open it.
Okay, you open it. You kind of stick your head out at all, or stick your hand, and yeah, it all seems very real to you. Doesn't look like there's any sort of screen or anything there. It all just seems like this is where you are now.
Okay,
I think we ran out of a lot of oxygen back in that elevator.
check all the other offices. Let's see if we can find any clues or any information to see what's going on here.
Okay. You guys sort of split up.
Yeah, I step out, and as I am, I put my hand to my belt as if I'm reaching for a weapon or something, looking around.
Okay. And make sure he's got a bag of salt. ready for a warding circle.
Smack you with the salt bag.
Okay, so there's the one door that was locked. I assume none of you guys check that again because you've kind of decided there's creepy laughter back there. We're not opening that.
Kind of not okay with that one.
Yeah.
It's the first door I checked.
Was there another door
it's unlocked.
across from where Doug just opened that door? Was there a door across?
That was the door across from the one you guys just opened is actually the one that was locked. That
was
had the
locked
locker behind it.
Okay.
There is 4 other doors, 2 on either side of the hallway, between you guys and the elevator.
I think I'd probably check the next door. Closer
Okay.
to the furthest one from the elevator. So the closest one to us.
I'll probably start
Alright,
checking doors as well.
Same.
Yeah, I can double check.
Okay, so first let's
Yeah, we can all check a door.
let's all Mitch, roll for me quick. Okay. You would probably notice as you open up the door, it looks kind of similar to the last office you guys were in. Same thing out the window, and you might notice that some of the like trinkets and things that are on people's like desks and stuff have collected a bit of dust. So they looks like nobody's been here for a while.
Yeah. It looks like the same thing in here, like the last room, guys. Basically nothing.
And you guys all check the different doors, I'm assuming.
Yep. I do.
Um,
I kind of pretend I'm doing the whole police thing, and I open up the door real quick before I look into mine.
Okay, so
And I pull out a knife as I'm looking at it.
Each person roll.
All of us?
Everybody except you, Mitch. You already did yours.
Gotcha.
74. Jacob got 22.
Yep.
Oh,
And a 14
okay.
from Jules.
Okay. So everybody goes into their respective rooms. Doug notices probably about as much as he noticed from the first room. She's like, "Yep, looks like an office." Probably because you're on look for it now. You do look out the window and you see it's still the same
100%,
black
yeah,
sky.
first thing I check.
Jacob, the room you check, you go in, and it again looks like a normal office. Same thing they see, darkness outside the room or outside the window. There's some dust and stuff around. The only thing is, in your office, there seems to be a symbol, like, painted up on the wall. And it's like some weird sort of, like, sigil glyph. I don't know the word for it, but it's like a circle. It's got a triangle in it. It's got some other weird shapes and stuff. And it appears to be written in blood. And same thing with you, Jules. The room you go into, pretty much the same thing I described for Jacob. There seems to be another symbol, or we'll just say a symbol with squares and circles and weird kind of shapes and stuff in it, in blood, up on the wall.
Weird.
Nothing in here. There's nothing anywhere.
Yeah.
I found
here either. Just more dust.
Found a little something.
Yeah, I also found something as well. So
Yeah, I picked
Okay,
up one of
who
their
were
rooms.
All right, who's going where?
I guess I'll go to the officer.
I
Okay.
peek in my best friend's room. Photographer's
All
room.
right. Yeah, in Jacob's room. Okay. You guys see the same exact thing I just described.
Oh, come
Scotty.
on!
You see a blood thing on the wall, like a bloody thing a bloody symbol, like up on the wall. And same thing with you, Doug. You see a bloody symbol up on the wall in the office Jacob checked.
Well, get your camera out, I suppose.
yeah.
Jules, do you stay in this room, or do you go to also see what Jacob was talking about?
I'd probably examine what there is to see and then probably go to his room just because I don't know that it's the same thing. So, yeah, I'd
Okay.
go there.
Do me for you kind of examine it, you're thinking, then you step out of that office, you step into the room that Jacob is in. Could you roll quickly?
Yeah.
Big 10.
Okay, that is actually a really good roll. You notice instantly it's not the same symbol. It is not the same. It's similar. It looks very similar where it's a circle and it's got a bunch of shapes and stuff in it, but the pattern is different. It is not the same symbol as the one you found in your room. You don't really know what that means, but it's something you kind of notice instant.
Interesting. I feel like at this point, I'm like already considering this like an open investigation, so now's a great time to pull out my little notebook and start jotting some notes.
Okay. What do you think you write down? Just some bullet points of things you're noticing?
Could I even like draw, I guess, the symbols that are on the wall on like...
Oh yeah, you absolutely can. I'd say, there are some shapes and stuff to them, but it doesn't really seem too intricate. It's something that, like, even if your character doesn't know how to draw, you could draw like at least a rough sketch of them.
Yeah, so I'd probably just be like, I'd probably do like a little outline of the hallway and then like little arrows pointing to the room and then the symbols in each one. Trying to like, figure out what's going on down here.
Okay. So you guys, you've basically found nothing in 2 doors. No, nothing in 3 doors. There was that first office that Doug checked, and it's kind of dusty, but that's where you noticed what things look like outside the window. And then you guys went to go check 4 other rooms, 2 of which didn't have anything in them, and 2 of them which had blood symbols on the wall. Does anybody go to check... Do you check anything else in the office? Are you guys looking through drawers? Are you, like, looking at bookshelves?
I'm the only one still in that one room, so I'd probably be looking around a bit.
I think
anything.
I'd crack open my own bag and start looking through it.
Oh, to see if you have anything that's like...
just thinking...
Okay. So in your room, Scotty, do you open up any drawers or anything like that?
Probably look at some desks and drawers, yeah, probably opening them up slowly, trying to see if there's anything useful in them.
Okay, roll for me. Okay, that's actually not bad, but ooh, okay. Yeah, you don't really see anything out of the ordinary. Like some pens and paper clips and rubber bands. Typical things you'd expect to find in an office. You will notice, though, that in, like, when you open up a drawer, sort of in the corners of the drawer, some dust and dirt has seemed to have, like, built up. Sort of to match everything else in this room. Like, it has not been opened up for a while. Nobody's used this desk for a long time. Okay, so, as you guys are doing that, does anybody else look through drawers or anything in their respective offices that they're currently in? Oh, well, I'm guessing right now, Doug, Jules, and Jacob are all in the same office, right?
Yeah.
I pull out, like, this little obnoxious walkie-talkie looking beeping device. With, like, an antenna that I pull out of it and everything. And just, like, look at it and start listening to it.
Roll from me real quick?
Yes, sir.
Oh, man. Okay. Now, you guys might, just because of the type of people you are, especially you, Jules, you might be like, this dude is so full of crap. Like, this is so... But, even if he is full, he's doing some award-winning acting right now. Like, he's making it look like he means, like, whatever investigation he's kind of doing, you know? Doug, would you say you actually believe you're doing something right now? Or you're just really trying to put up on a front as if, like, I'm helping?
A little bit of both. Like, part of me is just saying, just in case. It's a lot of just in case something weird happens. And normally, like, this walkie-talkie device is made to, like, give off random static and, like, things that I can read however I want. But, you know, weird things happen, and I play off them if I need to. But in this case, I'm really hoping something weird happens. I'm really hoping something weird happens, so I feel like I know what I'm doing here.
I'm assuming that like, yeah, you're doing it just sort of with everything that you've witnessed, and today it's a lot of things that you can't really explain, so you're just like, might as well give it a try, all this stuff that's normally Okay.
Just in case, just in case.
Just in case, indeed.
I have my main theory, but this is my B theory. So we're checking the B theory with the gear I have.
Okay. So we will say you guys check the offices. I mean, if the other people in the room do decide to look through drawers, I'm just gonna save you the time from rolling. You don't really find anything out of the ordinary. It's office supplies. It's post-it notes and pencils and pens and things that you would expect to find in an office drawer. So you have now, there's one locked room. You have pretty much, I'd say, kind of thoroughly checked the other 5 rooms. Does anybody go back into Lenny's room to check that out? Right now,
I'd like to bring my little beeping box in that direction, please.
Okay. As you, actually, no, you already had a 4 roll, so we're just gonna go with this. As you start to go in that direction, everybody notices his beeping box actually starts beeping a little bit faster and more violently, and you start hearing some weird sort of static kind of coming out of it and stuff like that. And as he starts, I imagine at this point you've stepped out of that one office and you're sort of in the hallway walking towards Lenny's office.
Yeah, definitely.
Mhm.
Like slowly walking.
Do you follow the beeping as the thing starts
I'm
going up a
interested.
little bit more? Is anybody else following him?
I'm probably still just taking notes, not paying much attention.
I probably would have
It's a
came out of my
picture.
room by that point, so I'd probably be
It's simple.
slowly trotting behind him.
Oh, okay.
Trying to investigate.
Okay, so now that we're at a moment where everybody's a little bit separated, you guys are still kind of sort of together.
boy.
But everybody roll.
Okay.
Actually, let me roll first. Ooh.
Yeah, 31 from me, 74 from Kayla, 61 and a 15.
Okay. So everybody's just sort of like, doing their thing. Kayla, or Jewel, shall I say, as you were writing in your notebook, you drop your pencil. What do you do?
I probably go to pick it up.
Okay, you pick it up. You try to write like another letter or two, and you drop your pencil again.
Interesting. I'd probably try and pick it up again.
Okay, so this time, when you dropped the pencil, it probably rolled away from you a little bit further. And as you go to take a step, you notice you can't move. You can't move your legs. You seem to be sort of pinned in one place. It almost feels like your feet are sinking in some sort of quicksand and stuff. But when you look down, like, you're not. You're just, like, stuck in place for some reason. Do you say anything to the other people, or are you trying to, like, work this out without anybody noticing?
I think I'd be pretty taken back by that, so I'd probably start shouting, guys? Might need a little help here.
Okay, do you guys respond to her? Do you walk back? Doug, you still doing your thing? Or you
I'll
like?
say I'm really focused on my thing, so.
See, you
I'm
maybe don't
technically-
remember.
Yeah.
Jacob, I think you're
Yeah.
still in the same
I'm
room.
in the room, so I would
Yeah.
definitely turn and look at her.
I don't know if there's any roll I can make to see if, like, I notice or anything in my current attention, but.
Yeah, I mean it's. I guess we could do that. We could use your notice skill
Okay.
to sort of determine how focused. Actually, do you have any sort of focus sort of skill?
I don't think specifically, no.
Then let's go with notice, and we'll
Okay.
kind of work with it that way. Like roll.
Yeah. So I rolled above my notice skill, but below my mind skill.
Okay.
In the middle.
It's below your mind skill. Because it's sort of that partial success, I'm
Yeah.
going to leave it up to you to roleplay the way you want to.
I think I like turn back to make sure like someone's headed to help her or someone's there to help her.
Okay. You probably know Jacob is already in the room. And
All right.
Scotty, when you heard Jules yell that, did you run towards her office? Do you think?
I probably turned around, but I think my character would assume that Jacob is helping, and if he heard anything else, he would then turn around and walk towards the room.
Okay. Yeah, Jacob, when you look at Jules, you notice her like struggling. She's trying to move, and it almost looks like her feet are just like you would think somebody would have super glued the bottom of her feet to the ground. Like she just can't seem to move at all. Do you say anything to her?
Oh my god, are you okay? What's going on? Like,
I mean, I'm clearly not okay. I can't move.
I'll probably try, I don't know, grabbing her.
Yeah, pick me up.
Try to.
Okay.
Struggling.
Roll for me.
Okay. Oh.
Oh yeah, she does not seem to budge at all. Kayla, roll for me. Oh, okay. So actually, Jakey or Jacob, I guess I'm gonna start like when I'm doing this, addressing you guys by your characters' names for the most part. And now that they're all revealed. So Jacob, you might even think you helped just because of the timing of it all. But Jules, you know that it was really because of your own struggling that you seemed to be able to break free, and you can move now. That was really, really frustrating, but yeah, you could walk over, you can go pick up the pencil. And we're just gonna say, yeah, you can move now. You're probably a bit confused as to what that just was, though everything that you guys have seemed to be going through so far with this, with this day, it's starting to feel like par for the course, where it's maybe not that weird with everything else that has already happened. So as this is going on, and as Jules is breaking free, oh yeah, do you guys want to roleplay that out at all when she does break free and you notice, Jacob?
That was really weird.
Weird. Like, did you step on a gum or something, or?
No, it was like, it was almost like I was in quicksand or something.
This is an office.
Oh, I'm aware it's an office. Thank you, Captain Obvious.
I mean, I'm stepping on the spot that you were just standing, but I'm feeling fine. That's so
know.
weird.
This is a weird day.
Yeah. Oh, tell me about it. Gosh.
Okay, so as they are having that conversation, Mr. Doug Diggums inches his way closer towards Lenny Colworth's office. And yeah, as you get closer, your machine is getting noticeably more active. What do you do?
Thing actually works, or functions in a way it should.
Keep moving towards it.
Okay, do you go into the door once you reach it?
I think so, just habitually. If something's beeping more, I'm gonna go more towards the beeping. So.
Okay. Roll as you go into the door.
61.
Ooh, what is your mind stat? Oh, it's so close!
Lower than that.
Oh, it is. It is. Okay. No, yeah. Okay. Yeah, the body's still there.
Okay. Okay.
Body's still there the way it was. Your thing is beeping off the hook. And we'll say you get like a chill from this room. Like something feels weird about this place. I'm assuming earlier you didn't step in the room. You sort of glanced into the room and opened the door, so you saw what was in the chair. But this is the first time you probably have stepped into the room physically.
100%, yeah.
So yeah, you get a chill up your spine as you go into that room. You know something's up with this room.
My first thought is I pull one of the business cards out of my pocket and think about leaving it on the desk. But then I'll realize she just talked about this being an active crime scene. So I changed my
actually,
mind.
I have a funny idea for me.
Sure.
Idea. Roll.
Yes. 24.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you already see one of your business cards on the desk.
I pick it up. Does it look the same as my business card? Is the S crossed out? Ghost
The S is
adjuster.
crossed out. You could probably assume it was from the last time you were here, and he just hasn't touched it since then.
Okay, because I
Wow.
totally would have left a card on his desk.
Yep. Do you
Hey, Scotty, you didn't leave your card on his desk, did you?
No, I don't think I do the same type of work you do.
Sometimes I've seen people, leave the cards behind accidentally, and just wanted to make sure you didn't do that. But I didn't even see you go that deep into the office. So, all right.
Okay.
Nothing. Hi.
Do you say anything else to them? Like you got a bad feeling about this room? You think something might be here, or
Like,
just kind of
should I come in, Doug? Are you okay, or should I stay
I'm all right.
outside?
Well, I'm an expert in this. No, I'm not all right. Are we sure this is like a crime scene?
Well, I'm assuming since there's a body, it's probably an active crime scene.
Does this happen a lot?
I hope not.
We should probably get the detective lady on this. Karen, whatever her name is.
Karen, whatever her name is. Yeah, because I realized the moment she introduced her name to the Alexander
there.
over the yeah, you were out of the room or out of the elevator. So everybody else here would have heard her name, but not you. And I feel like she's not going to be telling you anytime soon.
And I'm only gonna say her name when she's not there.
Do you call her Karen anyway? Like, Karen, you want to get in here?
I don't call for her.
Okay, do you do anything else while you're in there?
Probably not.
Probably
I
not.
probably just as my things beep and I slowly back out and turn it off.
Yeah, you guys hear the beeping stop. I mean, this whole time, even though you were going through, what you were going through, Jules, and what you were seeing, Jacob, you guys heard this just incessant beeping off in the distance as Doug was walking towards Lenny's office, and it seemed to sort of get faster and more, violently beeping as it went on, and now you just heard it turn off.
I guess I'm pretty much done in that room anyway, so I would walk out and see where the rest of them are, and probably walk towards, that room.
Yeah, you would see. I'm gonna say, as the GM, Doug left the door open. He didn't sneak in there. Yeah, he left the door wide open. You see,
Miss.
So I'd
you
probably
Go ahead.
roll my eyes, get annoyed again, walk back in the room, and just be like, "Do you guys have no respect for the dead?"
Well, I have a theory. I have two theories.
Well, start explaining.
Okay.
And they are.
My first one. That elevator is some type of DeLorean.
What now?
You never seen Back to the Future? Marty McFly? Doc Brown?
Are you serious right
What?
now?
There's cobwebs everywhere. Outside looks like a million years have passed. What if we're in the future?
There has to be a logical explanation for this.
So if your second theory isn't logical, don't mention it.
Yeah.
The
let's just
second
check it.
theory is ghosts. So
Okay, still not logical.
Of course. Did anyone find out anything useful?
I'm just saying that, in these situations, people tend to call somebody like me, and obviously
Well,
I'm not on the clock right now. But
We don't have service, so it's too bad. I guess our only option left is to go to the elevator and see maybe we can get Alexander on the button thing again, or maybe
what if Alexander's in on it?
He very well might be. There has to be a reason behind all of this.
What if, since we hit floor 13, we went 13 howevers into the future. But if we go backwards down the elevator, we go back into the past.
I'll humor you. Sure, let's do it.
Can we just walk to
Good
the
work.
elevator, please?
Good work.
Yes.
Sure, I guess.
Close the door on your way out.
All right.
Okay. So
Yeah.
everybody starts walking towards the elevator.
Yeah.
First, I
Does
close
anybody-
the door to the body room.
Mm-hmm.
I think on my way out, I try the door handle to the crying child room one more time.
It's open.
Oh.
I begin completely forgetting it was locked the whole time.
Yeah. So you guys see, because Doug never heard the crying child, right?
Yeah, it was not once.
So the rest of you, as you're about to go walk towards the elevator, you see Doug open up the door that was locked before that you guys heard the creepy kid laughing coming from.
Hmm.
Do you open it up and look in?
Yeah, why not? Just another room. Well, the worst that can happen is I see some blood symbols on the wall, you know?
Ooh, okay, you don't see any blood symbols on the wall,
Great.
but you do see an interesting book on one of the desks.
Hmm.
1 second, guys.
Now, what makes this book stick out is, much like all the other offices, everything's covered kind of in dust, but this book is not.
Just pristine.
Yeah, it looks pretty pristine. It's probably one of those, like, what are they called? Like moleskins? Like those, like, leather-bound kind of, like, books.
One of them fancy books.
One of them fancy writing books that all the hipsters have. So you notice this book. Do you do anything?
Is it just sitting there closed?
Yeah, it's just sitting there closed on, actually this office in particular, it's not like a big office. There's actually it's like a single person office. There's one desk in there and a couple of chairs on the other side of the desk and probably some bookshelves and things, but yeah, so this isn't like a big office where a lot of people, it's one person's single office. Yeah, and you see a book on the desk.
Yeah, I think I just take my pinky finger and slightly lift the cover up and peek inside.
Okay, so you're touching the book.
I am absolutely touching the book, but I'm definitely gingerly doing it. Just
Mm-hmm.
But I am touching the book.
Okay, roll.
Oh boy. Oh, that's right. That's a middle-ish roll. Fun.
Oh man, what is your mind? Oh, you son of a jerk.
My mind stat's 55, chat.
Yeah, he just made it. Okay, yeah, you're fine. Nothing really happens weird with the book, but when you do open it up and look at it, actually, did you see any of the blood symbols on the wall?
If I had walked
Yeah.
in the room after hearing them say it, I've definitely been in those rooms. That's like the first time I pulled the thing out in.
All right. So let's just say you notice two symbols drawn in the book. Kind of crudely drawn. Looks like somebody just sort of sketched them in pencil. But you would probably actually, let me see if you do notice this. You know what? That was such a clutch roll. I'm gonna say you do.
Sure.
You notice they are the same exact symbols that were drawn in blood on the walls.
1 second before we get in that elevator. I think I found something.
Okay.
Miss Detective
I want you to-
Lady.
I want you to roll one more time for me.
Yes, sir.
Ooh, okay.
5, 3,
As you're
clean.
sort of like maybe looking through the book, you might see another piece of paper sort of sticking out of the pages. Like somebody took a piece of paper and tucked it in this book.
I think I'd open it to that spot, like, so the book covers lay flat on the ground so I don't lose the page that it was in.
Okay. And you look in that book, or look at that piece of paper, and written in blood, it just says, "You're next."
Oh.
So, when you guys, You went to yell for everybody, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so as you kind of do that, I'm just gonna adjust your timeline a little bit here. You found that piece of paper and then you went to go yell at them.
Yes.
Because I want you to roll quick.
Okay, fantastic. 81.
Oh, boy.
81.
Okay, Doug, as you go to yell for them and be like, hey guys, I found something weird in here, nothing comes out. You can't talk. There's like nothing coming out of your voice
And
for
I
some
notice-
reason. You go to talk and you're just like,
They took my only gift away from me. How dare they?
His vocal.
do you try again to say something? Once you notice that a voice,
yeah.
like maybe you think, okay, roll once more. Yeah, nothing. What do? Do you like stay there? Do you grab the book? Do you run back to the others? once
First,
you
I'm trying
realize
to
you
yell, just like confused at the situation.
Yeah, and like nothing's coming out. It's so frustrating. You're like, you go to talk and it's just.
Yeah, I think I leave the book on the desk and like step out the office, start waving my arms, like trying to yell at them.
Yeah.
Do we know
So you left the book, you said?
Yes.
Okay. He's waiting. You guys see a frantic Doug come running out of the office that was locked by the that was locked before and had a creepy voice in it. And he comes running out of that office, waving his hands. He looks like he's trying to move his mouth, but nothing is coming out. Do you try to say anything else, Doug? Do you try again? How stubborn would you say Doug is?
Pretty stubborn. Pretty stubborn.
Okay, so maybe try it again.
Sure. Yeah, Ben yelling, so another roll. Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, another roll. Yep.
Oh.
Oh, okay. You see him moving his mouth, nothing's coming out, and all of a sudden he's just like, and I can't say a dang thing.
And all I did was, I didn't mean to do it. I touched the book, but then all of a sudden, there's the symbols in there, the same symbols that were the blood, and I don't know.
Okay, slow down.
whoa.
Slow down.
Wait, you can hear me. Okay. Wait, I can hear
Yes.
me. All right.
What happened?
I have no idea.
Yeah. What
Did you find a child since that door's
There's
open?
no child in the room. Y'all
did
crazy.
you find?
I found a book. Looks like it wasn't
Okay.
dusty. It wasn't all messed up like everything else in here. But
Uh-huh.
I may have flipped through the book a little bit, saw a note that said, you're next. And grammar was accurate, so I assume it was talking about whoever this book was left for, or me. Or whoever this book was left for, primarily, of course. And it had the same symbols that were in all of the other rooms, and it's creeping me out.
Furthermore reason to get off this floor.
Yes.
Come on, let's get on this elevator.
Should we do anything with the book? I kind of left it open in there.
Just leave it.
Should I like
It's
close
just-
it to how it was before I touched it? I like left it on the page with the paper in there. I think I might have dropped a piece of paper, but I can put it back.
I'm sure it's fine. Let's
Yeah,
just
leave
get
it
out
like
of here.
that.
It's just if I open a book and it says you're next, I don't exactly want to leave it as I left it. I'd rather leave it like someone else left it.
Your fingerprints are already on it.
I don't care about my fingerprints, but wait, you think like people are gonna think I did all this? Is that
Possibility.
Not possible.
anyone got? You know how to clean fingerprints off something, right?
Let's get off this floor, please.
I mean, it's just I didn't do nothing. You
All
saw me
of
here this
our
whole time.
Yes, all of our fingerprints are all over the place. It's fine. Let's just
alright.
get
Just as
off
long as
this floor.
All right, if you say it's
Nothing.
gonna be okay, I'm gonna trust you. But
Does anybody press the elevator button as you're having this conversation?
I probably
Yeah.
would at some point.
I
Okay,
just,
so
like,
as
wander back.
go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. As you were saying, what'd you just say?
Oh, I just wander back slowly, like keep looking at the book, but then I'm like, okay, we'll do what this.
Okay, and
this
as he's
detective lady
doing that,
says.
and as you're kind of like back and forth, sort of comes to an end, and as you look and stuff, you actually hear a noise, and the elevator doors open.
Come on, theory number one. Come on, theory number one.
What do you guys do? Do you all step into the elevator?
I think I would step into the elevator and immediately press the call button for Alexander.
Okay. Does everybody follow her into the elevator?
Eventually, I make my way back
Yeah,
there.
I would.
I think I'd probably walk in last since I'm just watching everything
Okay.
happen.
So, for those of you guys who see Jules go in first, here, I'm just gonna DM power game this a little bit. You see her go in first, and she disappears. And all of you probably go, what the? And you go to step in the elevator, and you all disappear. And you suddenly, each, individually, wake up in your own bed.
Oh.
And that is where we're gonna end today's session.
That was a weird dream.
Wow.
What a strange.
She gained my accent and everything at the very end.
And that's where we're gonna end today.
Ooh,
All right.
So how was it? Did everybody have fun?
I very much enjoyed.
Mhm.
So,
Oh,
time.
boy. Spooky
Some people are
night.
gonna have to tune in next week to find out what that was all about.
Mhm.
Knew I should have taken that book.
Yeah, so I hope everybody had a good time. I actually had a pretty fun time DMing for the first time ever.
Yeah, no, you
So-
look like you're having the time of your life.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I was definitely enjoying it. I was excited to do this, and I'm glad we finally got started. And I feel like it went really well.
Yeah.
I like how
think so.
everybody played their characters. What does everybody think of everybody's characters? Does anybody have anything to say? I'm sure they'll have things to say about Doug.
Oh, man.
I kind of like what's her name? I like Jules
I
because she's
don't.
kind of a bad. Did I beep there? Am I gonna get swear jarred by your chat? I totally am.
Not even because the Discord cuts you out. The universe
really?
is censoring you for us.
Nice. Yeah, I really like Jules too.
Mhm.
We probably know a little bit, a little less about Scotty and Jacob at this point, but we're definitely gonna find out more for
Tried
sure.
to get a little out of him.
Yeah, we don't even know last
Yeah.
names or anything.
Yeah, we
Y'all
Y'all know
probably.
my last name. I say at least 3 times on that elevator.
Yeah.
Yeah. We probably know the least about Scotty.
Yeah,
Jacob,
100%.
Doug was actually
I got through to him a
able
little,
to
yeah.
get a little out of him about what he does. He's a photographer and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we got a little glance at some people's skills. The one thing I will say, I forgot to mention this in the beginning. Generally, when we do the Star Wars D&Ds, at the end of the session, everybody is awarded experience points, and we usually find out if we went up a level. In this rule system, there's no levels, but there is experience points. And it's something we usually do on camera. So, Mario usually says in the stream how much experience points we got and stuff like that. We're not going to do any of that. Well, we're doing experience points, but we're not doing it on camera.
We're
going to
story
do every.
focused on this show.
Yeah, so you guys as the viewers, the way you're going to see it is you're just going to see these guys slowly getting better at their skill. Like, we're not really going to be talking numbers and stuff. And yeah, no XP points. We do have XP points. I can tell you guys kind of how it works if chat is interested in that, if you want to know at least how the XP works.
Let's do it. First episode. Why not?
Yeah, so generally, players will get somewhere between, I'd say, 3 and 8 experience points per session. And it's determined by different things. Basically, story-wise, whatever was sort of the peak of the episode, like the climax of the episode of the story of whatever was happening in that session, if their characters were there, they don't even have to. They get like a participation trophy almost just for being there when it happened. So you'll get an automatic like 2 to 3 points from that. I can award extra experience points if I feel somebody used one of their skills very creatively or in like a really cool way. So I can award extra experience points for that. There is going to be pretty much a little vote between not all of us, not me, but between the 4 of them, and everybody needs to pretty much vote on who they think like the MVP of the session was. Like if it was a session that was like really Jules heavy, like oriented, and there was a lot about her story and stuff like that, and she kind of pushed the story, and Kayla role plays really, really well. It'll probably be one of those like unanimous sort of decisions where it's just like, yeah, okay, this was Kayla's episode. She killed it today.
Can Mev be the MVP?
Yeah.
For MVP.
Quick round of applause from all chat for Mev's first DMing session. I think he killed it.
Thank you, everybody. I hope everybody had fun.
Definitely did.
But yeah, so that's pretty much going to be how the XP works, guys. They'll be kind of voting amongst themselves and stuff. And there's going to be some other factors in there too. And yeah, you guys will never see any of that. You as the viewer, if you're kind of following along, you'll just see these guys start having more successful roles on certain things they try to do. But yeah, I think that is gonna be it, unless anybody else has anything they want to say. I do want to thank, actually, let me take a minute to thank all of the viewers for joining, and for these 4 awesome people. Jakey, Xylo, Kayla, Mitch, you guys are awesome, and thank you for being a part of this crazy thing I wanted to do. So how about a round of applause for everybody, for the cast, and for their great role playing.
Hey, we're awesome.
In my bad roles.
I love in my roles. True to nature. Ups and downs. Actually, no, that's not necessarily even true for this. I had a lot of, like, right on the line middle roles.
Mine was pretty negative through the whole thing.
Yours was pretty negative.
I was very negative.
And I will say from my end, like, anybody who's watching my face cam, I don't know if you guys can hear it. Like, can you hear the rolls?
Yeah. We can hear them,
Yeah, so all throughout that session, if you notice I'm doing that, like, I'm not always deciding when weird stuff is going to happen to these guys. It's all determined by rolls. Every once in a while, when I feel there's a lull in the conversation, I would pretty much just... Okay.
Whenever Doug's not speaking...
And as I'm sure a lot of the chat has noticed, and the players too, they're always rolling out of 100, and the rolls could mean so many different things. You're rolling against your skills. You're rolling sometimes just to see, like, it's like something bad is going to happen. It's just whoever rolls worse is the person it's going to happen to.
Yeah, and I definitely peeled it back a little bit when I just had to say, I rolled a 54, my stat's 55. Just barely in the clear. Obviously,
yeah, I mean, even though this is more role
things, but...
Yeah, and this is definitely more roleplay oriented, but don't be worried about like breaking immersion by pointing that stuff out, because that is actually really cool. You just beat it by 1 point.
Yeah, 1 out of 100%. So.
Yep. What would have happened if he rolled a 56?
Likely something else, and that's all we know.
Yep, probably something bad. Though he would have been close enough where I probably wouldn't have made it too bad.
Yeah.
Another thing I should say about the rolls, it didn't really happen today, but like if you fail a roll with like a 70 something, it would be bad. But if you do a 77 specifically, like double digits, 77, 66, 88, all that kind of stuff, you're actually supposed to have a more dramatic outcome.
Okay.
So if it's like
I saw
a fail,
couple of those rolls in here today, but it wasn't anything dramatic. Yeah, like Mitch rolled a 33 and Jakey rolled a 22.
Oh yeah. That's actually probably something I kind of like slipped by and didn't catch. I should have done something more.
Yeah.
But
I rolled a 66 at one point. So we can see a little bit more of that next session. That's all good. I'm sure there's going to be a lot going on.
Oh yeah. So this is random, but I don't remember if it was mentioned. But did you mention that none of us know each other's characters, like behind the scenes? Like,
yeah.
We don't really know anyone's other characters.
Yeah,
for the most
I would
part.
say it's for fairness, Xylo might know a little bit more. You know, Xylo and Kayla obviously talk a lot, so they probably knew a little bit. Xylo knew about Jakey's character because, as we mentioned earlier, this is Jakey's first time ever doing this. And especially in this rule system, it's way more difficult to come up with your character.
Yeah, so I wanted to help him like get pushed in the right direction at least of making his character.
Yeah, so Xylo helped him out, and I'm like glad he did. I would rather you have helped him out than like I need everybody to not know anything, because like if anybody's gonna help Jakey, Xylo's the guy to do it. He's really good at like character creation and stuff for these types of games.
But aside from that, like people were just walking into the dark here, and it's great.
Yeah, none of these guys knew much about what I was gonna do to them.
I certainly didn't know any of their like skill rolls or any of the what's about to happen here.
The one thing I will say, just for full disclosure, everybody knew they were going to a private investigator, and everybody knew they were going to get trapped in an elevator. That's about all they knew. And the only reason I did that is because they're a bunch of strangers, and I need to make them meet and talk to each other.
And it didn't work for 75% of them. These people.
Nobody wants to talk to Doug for some reason. I think he's a pretty nice, approachable guy.
Something weird about these people. That's all I'm saying.
I tried.
I feel like Jacob was just being nice, just being polite.
My character's in the background like, I want to go home.
Yep. So I think that is gonna be everything. Unless anybody else wants to say anything else. I mean, I will say this episode will be up on the Dice and Fire channel tomorrow afternoon. If you missed any of it and you want to catch up on it.
Expect to see it uploaded every Wednesday, assuming there was a show streamed the Tuesday before. We'll try to have that up as soon as possible. And aside from that, make sure you tune in Sundays for the Star Wars D&D, a little more classical D&D experience, a little combat, but obviously, you know, space drama and all that kind of stuff. We play some squids and some other weird things. It's great. And soon there's going to be a one-shot going on, if you are around to catch it, on Saturday, 4 p.m. EST, in Origins of Olympus, so like a Greek lore-based D&D session. Just a little one-shot, give people a taste, have some new people play. I know we see Kaylee and Marshy in chat. They're going to be a part of it. So, yeah. Anything else anyone have to say?
No. I had a good time.
Make sure to follow all of the people you see on the screen. Information is listed plenty of places. And aside from that, hopefully you all have a wonderful week. And don't get disappeared in an elevator.
I'm going to stay away from elevators, guys.
Yeah, avoid elevators for the rest of the week.
But thank you, everybody. And I suppose we will see you next time.